refresh my own channel, like the egomaniac that I am. Yes, it is live, powered by Restream.
Are we due?
Yes, we are due. We are in fact live now. So any joke, any inappropriate joke you have,
there we go.
will now be uttered into the void that is the internet. And let's see how's Twitch doing. Twitch is
on.
Weird as well. But,
yep, you're live on Twitch.
Well, not on my end.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
I know. Oh, here we go. Live.
Who's live on Twitch then?
I'm streaming
Okay.
music. I'm streaming music apparently. Okay. Well, that was a trip and a half.
I mean,
we could
there
make
is
this more
music in
complicated
it.
if we could.
Pardon that little snafu.
Nothing better than making things more complicated than they need to be.
Oh yeah, exactly. Okay,
Well,
so
we're adventure game fans, okay?
Exactly. It's in our blood.
Yes.
Complexity addicts, that's us.
we're
The
just
simple
gonna-
solution is never the one that gets you the points. I mean, let's cut to the chase.
We're just gonna
Yeah.
wait for people to trickle.
We
in.
never shave with Occam's razor around these parts.
Okay, that was funny, but download the best free auto clicker for Windows. Great for gaming. No, I don't want to do that. I just want to add a video and have fun. I just want to have fun. Why is that so hard? Oh, hang on. Right, so welcome.
The corporate
everyone.
overlords have not authorized fun. That's why it's so hard.
That is exactly the problem.
Against the bylaws to have fun. Net.
Right, so room title. Fun. Room settings. Room title is fun. Well, okay.
Yay, fun!
Woohoo! Party!
Where-
Just wants to
All
have
the rules
fun.
to have fun.
Where's the share link? This used to be so easy.
Emphasis on used to.
Yeah, used to.
Yeah.
Back when YouTube didn't exist.
Things were simpler then.
Back before Google bought it, anyway.
Yeah, but sync video also used to be really easy. Until
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
So what happens if I go
Hello?
like this?
Hola.
Oh,
Room is loading. Oh, okay,
Hello.
cool. Oh, so I just shared this room URL. Fine. Okay, so please have a look in our very secret, totally appropriate for everything chat, and there should be a sync
Secrets.
video link. If you click that, hopefully it takes you into the sync video room.
my randomly generated username for that was inconclusive whale.
Always good.
Could be worse.
yeah, I
I'm a
like
dull
that.
skink.
Well, let's see. Oh, people are coming
I'm
in.
a-
Yeah, Dullskink Nappy Vole, Ambiguous
I'm a
Wildfowl.
nappy vole! What is that?
I
Oh my
don't
God.
know.
I'm not even sure what a bumpy chameleon is.
I like Ambiguous
Weird.
Wildfowl,
I
though.
see.
I like ambiguous wildfowl.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Remember back in the day when we used to set up our own Linux distribution and use Flash meeting? Alexander, you lost me already. All right. Yes. So, welcome everyone. Pardon the, of course. And I said this right before we started. Actually, several hours before we started work. I don't have technical difficulties. Just bring your fun game and lean back and enjoy it while I panic and scramble and try to fix shit. And of course, everything just went to shit from the start. But
Instantly.
I mean, at least the premiere worked more or less correctly.
did.
It was the shift that didn't.
the premiere did. The premiere actually
So
played.
It looks like it's like severely delayed between this voice chat and what's on YouTube.
Oh, there is a significant
did.
delay.
Yes.
And that's why we're doing the sync video stuff, because if I just start playing it on the stream, then you will get a severely delayed movie, and then the commentary will be all over the place.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So,
I broke it. Oh, no.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna watch the movie again,
Hmm.
and hopefully everyone can hear us, and hopefully the the voices are
Wow, it's like a
sort of.
10-second delay almost.
Yeah, there will be, and because it's live streaming both on Twitch and on YouTube. YouTube didn't want to let me stream for some reason. But we're going to watch the movie again, and we're going to do like a DVD style commentary thing on it. I am joined by a lot of lovely people. I'm joined by the voice, I'm just going to go alphabetically by username, joined by the voice of Nav11, the navigations robot, Pete. Hello, Pete.
Whoa.
Hello. I am joined by Lucas McLean, the voice of the Arcada loudspeaker and the armory droid. That would be Brainiac. Hello.
Yes, hello.
I am joined by the skimmer purchaser, salesman on Corona, Deadman Brian Lusk.
Thank you for having me here.
My pleasure. We are joined by the elusive voice that is the Arcada computer, telling everyone that airlocks are perfectly safe, Jabbers the dog.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey. We're joined by the prestigious hologram voice that is Jason Cryer, aka Gemini. Hello.
What's up?
That's his real voice.
I'm tough.
See his range.
Naturally.
We are joined by a person who didn't provide a voice for the project, but he did mix a lot of the music that you heard in the background. That's John Paul Sapsford, aka Arish Kogel. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. We are joined by a little-known up-and-coming comic actor who you may have heard of before, but probably not. His name is Josh Mandel. Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
Hey, Josh.
Yay! Just some guy.
Star, just a round of applause as the voice
Hey,
of Tony.
trails for 1200, please.
Yes, we'll get to that portion later on in the stream. We are also joined by another up-and-coming actor. He's the voice of Roger Wilco himself, and that would be Robert Menace, aka Lambda Calculus. Hello. He has left us. He has left us in a lurch of some description, but he is here. I swear, somewhere. We are also joined by a person guarding the Star Crusher, and that would be Mr. T.L. Wolf.
Hello.
Hello. I'm sorry I forgot your real name.
That's fine.
It was the last one added to the credits, and I don't have the credits in front of me. I'm actually going by memory.
It's cool.
I'm very sorry. We do have. I was actually hoping you'd say it, so I wouldn't look like a complete tool.
Oh, sorry. Damn
All
you,
right, now
Tara.
can everybody hear me?
Butera.
There we go.
There we go.
There you
There's Raj.
are.
There's Roger.
Hey, just unplug it and plug it back in again.
That's how you do. Yes. Well, you missed it. So we're just gonna move straight on to.
Yeah. 'Cause it wouldn't be Roger without any kind of technical difficulties.
Oh yeah. Well, at least
Exactly.
YouTube didn't tell you to not live stream at all.
Like, no, not now.
No, there will be no stream. There will be no fun. Well, we also do have a person who not only provided the voice for an injured scientist and a Coronian dude with 4 arms, but he also mixed a lot of the music on the soundtrack.
My
That would
microphone doesn't go out again.
Brandon Bloom, musically inspired. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. That's his real voice. And we have the sassiest of the sassy weapons of mass destructions in the house, and that would be Christine Clarkson, aka Pixie. Hello.
Hey there. Hi.
Hello. And I'm last. I'm the space questist. You've never heard of me. That's cool. So
Just some guy.
Exactly.
Oh, all right.
So we're gonna run through the movie again and just shoot the shit. And if anyone, when their scene comes up, you feel free to talk. And if your scene is not on, feel free to talk anyway. And just we've all seen DVD commentaries; they usually derail on the spot almost. So I'm hoping the same will happen here. If I click play now, I am hoping stuff will happen. Well, it's loading something. It's trying to sync to all of these lovely people in the room. Hopefully, maybe sometime in the future, it'll actually load and start the movie. So how's everyone doing?
Oh, it's fine.
What about those?
I'm on the edge of my seat.
What about that sports team
Which
and
one
that
should we
weather
watch
we're
off
having?
of? Sync a video or YouTube?
You definitely want to be watching the sync video one because YouTube is about like 10 to 15 seconds late. I do have my desktop shared in Discord as well, so maybe that'll.
Well, you did. You don't anymore.
You
I don't
did.
anymore. Cool.
Don't. No.
Awesome.
No.
It doesn't usually take this long.
This is pretty intense.
This is a
usually
pretty fascinating
on-
spinning circle, though.
Oh wait, that's the
That's
wrong.
the movie.
That's the movie.
Yep.
This is
Guys.
YouTube. This is YouTube taking its revenge for you finding a way around it, telling you no live streaming.
I
The
think
most
it.
riveting
It's like,
30
no,
minutes ever. The
You will
spinning
not
circle.
live stream. You are not allowed.
I mean, why
It's
would
just-
I?
What forbidden.
The spinning circle just reminds me of me trying to solve the tricorder puzzle in Space Quest 6 without the manual.
With my brain.
So that's what goes on in your head, right?
Yeah.
How did I know that was going to come up?
At least you
Dang.
caught it in time.
Oh, this is terrific, isn't it?
Oh,
Maybe
dear.
we'll have to do the screen sharing thing. Maybe that's the way to go. You'll have to excuse
Oh,
the
maybe.
potato
I don't know. The
quality
spinning
then.
circle is really exciting.
I
No,
know.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying
mesmerized
this
by
one.
it.
Excitement, chills, and thrills, almost as good as the movie itself.
Better even.
I think it's starting to
Almost.
go a little faster.
Yeah. I
Oh, hey.
could- Hey, did something
It's,
happen on
it's
your?
hearing us
Is
is
it-
showing off.
Trying to click the pause button here. Nothing's happening.
But don't pause my spinning circle. I love the spinning circle.
Ah, the show went downhill.
I
in
came
season
here for the
3.
spinning circle. That's all I wanted.
Yeah, we're getting plenty of that.
Oh well, I guess we're doing screen share then.
All
All
right.
right.
It just gets better and better, doesn't it?
Mm.
All right.
What fun.
Somebody play us out with a quick chorus of "You Spin Me Right Round."
You spin me right round, baby, right round like a record.
Baby, round, round, round.
Right.
All
So
I
this,
have to say is I'm glad I have headphones on or my family would think I was insane.
okay, so we will.
And all the audience
Jesus.
left.
Yeah, appropriately.
No,
Okay, does everyone see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
There it
Yep.
is.
I can see that. It's there.
What happens if I actually play? Does anyone hear music?
Hey.
No.
Nope.
And that would be because
No.
desktop sharing is not allowed. So I will do. Hang on.
We can do the voices
Hang on.
live.
That's we can silent movie style.
What if I do this?
Oh shit, I can't remember my lines, so sorry.
There we go.
There it is.
There we go.
There we
There's
go. Okay,
volume.
good.
we're using technology.
Yes, and really wild things.
Technology of the future.
I mean, to be perfectly fair, this feels very accurate to the time frame that the original Space Quest 1 came out. This level of technological sophistication.
Could you imagine what live streaming must have been like in 1986?
Oh God!
Not even
Believe it,
potato
like,
quality.
believe-
It's just a potato seedling quality, really.
I believe it was
Oh,
called
pixel
something.
move.
Roger just found the key card. Okay, beep, 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 beep. Roger's walking back.
That was just like closed circuit television at that point.
Yeah, I believe at that time it was called live TV. It's a very old concept.
And this is why you do test runs. Well, no.
Yep.
What
You people
gave
make me feel so old.
I remember Frank Sinatra covering that song.
Right. 3,
You
2,
make me feel
1.
so old.
And we go.
Here we
We're
go.
off.
There's no such thing as two guys films.
presents.
Oh, it's that guy again.
Yeah, that dude. He's just all over the
He
place.
keeps
You
popping
know.
up.
Yeah. Just inserts himself to everything. No, that's vortex material. Sorry.
Hey, Brandon.
Hi.
There's Wolf's real name, Dan Butera, the second one from the top.
There it was.
Yep.
There it was.
And Jabbers gets the credit she wants.
Yee.
As much
Welcome to Space Quest 1: The Highland Encounter.
the Celtic encounter. As much what was it called? Graphics and dialogue from the original was retained as possible. I didn't redraw anything, but I did fudge a few things, and I'll try and point those out when we come to them. For instance, the double spider droid thing. That you can't actually do that in the game.
It's appropriately terrifying, though.
It is. Dude, we have to do that for the Space Quest Olympics. We have to have like 4 or 5 spider droids.
I love complaining about this
that'd
part
be
because
great. We could totally do that.
I love complaining about this part because they describe Irnon as a galaxy in one text, and they describe it as like a star system in another. And my inner space geek nerd scientific is just like, that's not right. You need to pick.
Well, there's a sun of Irnon,
It's
so
all
that
right.
must be the solar system.
We'll survive.
Oh well,
Mhm.
maybe they called it the same. Maybe it's like you go to Washington and there's a Washington Street there. You know,
Yeah.
it's the
Yeah,
Irnon
there you
and
go.
the
New York
Irnon
City,
solar
New
system.
York.
Yeah.
It's the difference between DC and the state.
Solar system of Urnon and the Urnon galaxy on planet Urnon.
It's Xenon.
Monochrome Witch says no sound. Oh God, I hope that's not true. Oh, she is absolutely right. There is no sound
Oh,
on
no.
the stream
Dang.
of the. Well, there's
Hooray!
there's us. There's no sound of the actual movie. We should probably fix
You
that.
know what channel you're on, everybody.
Yeah, we do.
Tremendous.
Here we go.
It's tremendous.
Sorry,
This is par for the course. Really, it should be this way.
There we go. There it is.
We got sound now?
I can hear it.
Oh, good.
It's really quiet, but I
And
can hear
there
it.
I
The
am.
people hear it.
And that was the most amusing thing about that was making sure I timed it out perfectly. So I was watching the video that Trolls had created for all of us and voicing as soon as my lines popped, which is what
we had
Trolls
to do it all
wanted,
to the video.
as it turned out. Yeah.
Yeah,
saying
that
so.
was like fun to watch. Just be like, okay, dialogue pops up, read.
You guys did that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did like 40 takes to get it right and not stumble over your words.
Yeah.
Oh,
See, that's the
boy.
problem.
Yeah,
This whole
I
this
think
whole
it took
project.
about 6 tries.
This
First
whole
time
project
Roger's,
came
like,
out
really
backwards.
annoyed,
It really
and,
just
then like Trolls is like, nah, do a little bit more like, whoa, what's going on? I'm a little nervous here.
yeah. I had you redo this because the first one was just like you were super annoyed and just almost yelling at.
Yeah, well, it'd be like you'd be super annoyed too if you got woken up out of a nap.
True.
Yeah,
But the
maybe,
first-
but not for the entire time.
I think the
Yeah.
first dead body I would see, I'd slightly panic.
Oh crap! Yeah. What did he mean by astral? So I got a little bit more panicky here.
Very nice. And okay,
But
so
it helped in my
What
in
else
my
do-
spot there when I was stumbling inside the room because I got the time when exactly he fell to the ground and do my.
and
Yeah, that was good timing.
and I actually moved it around a little bit, but I kept the yeah. So like I said, this thing came out backwards because it originally just started with me wanting to write music for a Let's Play, and then I started cutting out all the text boxes in the Let's Play and started cutting around that. But then the story made no sense, so then I started adding dialogue, and then I thought, you know what, the dialogue would be fun if it was read out by actual people, and here we are now. Now, if I'd done this the right way around, I would have written the script first and had you guys record your lines and then cut the thing together and then wrote music for it. But no, we did it backwards, and this is why all the voices are like Robert said, he was just watching the movie and dubbing it like a fan dub, like an anime fan dub almost. And even then, I went.
Yeah, it was basically an anime production where you do the visuals before the audio.
Yes.
Whereas Western is usually the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's hope I don't run into him.
We're doing it the right way around with Space Quest 2, the movie, currently in pre-production. We're actually writing a script first.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Because
Currently in pre-production, meaning he's still thinking about it.
I'm halfway through the script now.
I called dibs on the Antonian slide
9
devil.
pinball bumpers on the Arcada.
Don't say the quiet part out loud.
Oh, here's Jerry. Now, another thing I did was also speed up and slow down people's voices. Especially, and I hate to say this, but a lot of Josh's dialogue is tiny. I actually went in and artificially sped it up a bit because Josh didn't watch the movie while he was doing his lines, and the lines just went by, and he was doing proper acting. Like, actually acting out his lines, and we're like, damn it, they just don't fit in the timing.
I didn't watch the movie. I just gave you a text or a sound file, an MP3.
Yeah, and
They had
you,
Rush quality.
Yeah,
the
you were
reason-
already
the
fast
reason-
enough.
the reason why the reason why that reminded me was actually because Jabbers, I sped you up as well. The whole depressurization
I
in
noticed,
airlock.
I noticed. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a tick. Wait a minute. I didn't mind though.
Oh,
It fits
Nah.
better with slightly faster.
Buttons. Let's try this one first. Poor Roger. He just wants to take a nap. And it's like, now he's running for his life off of the ship that's about to self-destruct. It's like, he should have just come into the office a different day.
Not a whole lot
That
you can do.
reminds me of a story I heard once. There was a man, his name escapes me, but he was a little famous. And I can't remember the exact order because history is not my strong suit, so I'm about to bear mine ass for a second. So this man, he had two jobs. He had worked a job where he had worked in two offices. He worked one was in Hiroshima.
Oh god.
Oh yes.
Yeah. And he had a meeting in one day, and they got bombed, and he survived somehow, amazingly.
And then he went to the second meeting?
Yes, he did.
I would have taken a day
In
off.
Nagasaki, yes.
Yeah.
And Nagasaki wasn't even the planned secondary target. That was just the one they had to go with because the other one had cloud cover.
God.
Now that's professionalism.
That is professionalism.
Yeah.
That's dedication to your job. There's a nuclear blast in your backyard and you go, you know what? I'll go into work. Oh, there's a question in the chat. What made you decide to have Roger be more competent? Now, that's the thing. I always thought Roger was a competent but lazy person. He's very ingenious, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, how else do you explain solving the puzzles and stuff? Like, you have to be competent to get through the puzzles in the game, like, as the character.
Yeah.
Has to be confident.
He's competent, but he's lucky. He has superhuman luck, and he makes several references to that during the movie as well. But he's not the bumbling idiots that he somehow got a rep for, probably because of Space Quest 5 and all the pratfalls and the Homer Simpson samples and such. But he's
actually Space Quest 4 CD voice.
Maybe
I
a
feel
bit.
like we're talking about how competent Roger is as he just grabbed a random plant on an alien planet and shoved it in his mouth.
Competent.
Also,
not like a Mensa member or anything, but
doing a couple of takes of me
No.
trying to chew them and
You
do
could
the
make-
spit. And
you
I was
could
like,
make
I
the
did about
argument.
4 or 5 before I got one that I liked.
but that was
a good one.
The
That's suffering for your craft.
The good part was
That didn't just collapse under me.
the good part was that when you were doing the voice and you sent me like a sample of the the type of voice you were going for, and the thing you sent me was the chomp chomp, oh definitely not edible bit, and I was like, perfect, you got it.
Crap, it's a Sarian spider droid.
I really like your delivery here for and this whole thing for Roger. It's like somewhere in between Space Quest 6 and Space Quest 4, which is like a perfect fit, I think.
Wasn't that the plan we had with the Space Quest 2 remake for Zeke's performance, Brandon? Was to try and be a balance between 4 and 6?
Yeah, his initial audition was, I thought, perfect, but then he did the second one. Someone asked him to change it. I can't remember who it was, and it's good for that character, who that character ended up being in that remake. But
for anyone who's not clear, Brandon and I both used to work with Infamous Adventures back when they were making fan games, and we were both slightly involved in Space Quest 2.
Oh, wow.
Slightly.
Cool.
I was a tester, and Brandon did a fair bit of the music.
About a third. Well, a little less than a third. We were each going to originally get, we're going off on a different subject, but we were originally going to get 3 different people to do 3 different areas of the game. Actually, no, 2 different people. Me and Zeke, we're going to do 2 different parts of the game. I'd do all the space areas, and he'd do all the Planet Labion areas, but then James Mulville came in and filled in the gaps with a bunch of his own work, so there's like 3 different soundtracks for that game now, which is great.
And there's one soundtrack for this one, and some dingbat rolled his head on a keyboard and out came some music.
Yeah, well,
I love that scene. I love it.
I did that scene as like I was gonna do the whole dialogue, and then like I couldn't time up with the animation, so I just cut it short, and he was falling over, and I'm like, yeah, nobody saw that.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect.
It works in double meaning.
Yeah.
Also, this it's kind of hard to get this into like a narrative sense, because a lot of this is just like a gauntlet of, different things that are out to kill you. The laser beams, the thing coming out of the grate and whatever. So I just didn't really. In my head, I just assumed that
Here's me giving a Shakespearean performance in a Looney Tunes cartoon.
He even rolled the R's. It's amazing.
Sometimes the best performances in the Looney Tunes cartoons are the Shakespearean actors.
That's true.
Oh,
Or the
listen to
operas.
the way he says
Oh,
Orat.
yeah.
Listen to the role of the
I was
R
like,
in
who
Orat.
says you can't have culture in your cartoons?
Orat.
Oh, very nice.
Lovely.
So good.
Patrick
Slice of
Stewart,
admission
eat your
alone.
heart out.
The delivery of Borat.
Hey, wait, they didn't pay anything.
Hey, we've got to get paid.
Wait a minute.
Well, I suppose Trolls will just give us 3,000 skee-ball tickets and call it even.
He'll give us,
Oh,
he'll
you
give us
guys
Hey,
gave me
Dogma
plenty of
reference.
exposure.
I
a
can
bag of
finally
Oh,
get
Zoids.
Oh,
Okay, those nudes were not supposed to be used for that. I'm just saying.
Oh, here's another question in the chat. Trolls is the only actor with voice processing. Oh, no. There's tons of voice processing on the Sarians, especially. They're
Both
all
of mine
pitched
were
down.
processed.
Alexander,
was a-
do you
Go on.
think I really sound like that giant hologram head?
In my case, I was given an echo as the loudspeaker announcer, and I was given a metallic tone as a robot later. So yeah, there's definitely processing.
But I
my
didn't.
voice was not processed at all.
Nope.
Granted, my voice can get pretty deep, but it
That's
ain't that
exactly
deep.
what he sounds like. Oh, and the second spider droid here is actually chroma keyed in. You'll notice that the entire movie is actually in the wrong aspect ratio. It's stretched in 320 by 200 and supposed to be a little shorter than that. And the second spider droid is in the correct aspect ratio, and that roar is a rubber chicken. I kid you not.
I could have probably done
That's
the
epic
holy crap
potato
what is
fiend.
that line just a little bit better. Because I always felt like in hindsight I should have been like, holy crap, what is that?
I think you did good. I love the
Director's cut.
I hate spiders
Director's
line.
cut.
Thing is gooey. Hey, where'd the other one
It
go?
is gooey.
Oh well. Somewhere
Oh,
far
the,
away, I hope.
By the way, the reason why there's two spider droids is because when you play the actual game, you come from the underground and back up to the surface. The game doesn't remember if the spider droid has spawned or not, so it just chucks another one from the sky, and just hopes the player won't notice. But as you're editing a movie, you just go, now we have two spider droids, and I can't cut around it.
I thought it was pretty
I
cool.
always
'cause it's
figured
like
it
the
was just
Sarians
very
mean
good at
business.
jumping.
That little splat sound is from Space Quest
Splat.
5.
I knew I recognized it.
It's so perfect.
And actually, we had two different voices for the Coronian Underground. We had Gemini, who did both the hologram and the dude, and we also had Brandon. And they did two very different takes on it. Gemini, your voice was a bit more like a jittery, nervous kind of guy.
Like a what?
Like a little jittery, nervous dude.
Oh.
And Brandon's was more like ethereal.
Well, I tried
It's
to
like
make it sound as different as possible to
Mm-hmm.
big giant Wizard of Oz head.
Hey, wait, can I?
And Brandon went
Pay
for
no
more of
attention to the
a
man behind the curtain.
sort of like a new age like guru type thing. Hello,
like
everyone.
far beyond human comprehension, alien type of ET thing.
Hang on. Let me
And
just.
poor Roger, just like frustrated that his day is not going well, and now he's realizing he's kind of thrust into something he doesn't want to be part of.
And I just like how the aliens just go, here, you can have this transporter, and Rogers goes, hey, wait. Oh, never mind. By the way, this is the only bit that's actually redrawn the close-up screen here of the actual screen, but it's based on what we just saw on the previous screen. And the face is actually Roger's boss from Space Quest 2, the one that shows up on the digital watch, but with sympathetic eyebrows.
Sympathetic eyebrows.
Yeah.
You gotta do the.
Eyebrows.
Well,
I'm
Batman
pretty
mask,
moody about
really.
this.
He's got a raccoon mask, but no eyebrows.
Oh yeah, looks like he just robbed the bank.
Well, how else are you going to fund a scientific project like the Star Generator?
Star
You
generator.
have an
Yeah,
idea how much money you need for something like that?
Yep, all the money.
350.
Keep talking about scientists becoming thieves. Guten Tag, Batman. It is I, Dr. Freeze. I don't know. He's different in every incarnation, so I didn't know what voice to do Mr. Freeze in. I'm sorry. Like in one, he's like vaguely British. There's there's the Arnold Schwarzenegger version, which is terrible, but this is neither here nor there. Get ready for a skimmer sequence.
Oh, and we had to
After
get rid of the
this-
second spider droid somehow.
I think
so-
that's
love-
bad.
Yeah, that was
Right.
Freeze was in the
Oh, yeah.
60s Batman series, played by 3 different actors in his 3 appearances.
Oh yeah.
that was
Two
a
with-
lovely little
two
tying
with
off
German
of the loose
actors.
end there.
Yes. And everybody loves more Grell. You need to get more
Yeah.
Grell in
We
our
need the
lives.
and Epic Potato Fiend actually did
I
a
got the Grell program.
And this
A
wide
Grell
shot,
chase sequence would have been hilarious.
oh yeah, we should, yeah, but
I
again,
do honestly think
Should've written the
this
script.
animation of Roger riding the skimmer is actually some of the best in the EGA game, in my opinion.
oh, it is. It's beautiful.
It's very little. It's basically just 3 poses, but I think it looks great.
Oh, it's and for the time as well, 1986, it was amazing. By the way, this sequence, the track, the music I wrote for this is 3 minutes and 37 seconds long or something like that. And originally, the whole fucking skimmer sequence was in there to like 3.5 minutes, and people were like, you know what, the music's good,
yeah.
but you know
we
what?
put like the disclaimer in the work in progress version. It's like this sequence is really long.
Yeah, but that was back when I
remember
just
that,
wanted
yeah.
to write music for a Let's Play, just wanted to write new music, and then the whole thing sort of snowballed.
At least the nice part is the soundtrack. We can listen to it in all of its glory.
That's true. There's a digital version
Indeed.
with the full 3.5-minute track on it.
Nice.
Available now.
Well, this is not why
Plus the missing Corona Bar songs, right? That aren't in the movie?
That's true, yeah. We only have the ZZ Top in the movie, but we... oh, by the way, the ZZ... all the 3 bar songs are on the soundtrack, and they're reorchestrated from the Apple II GS version of
this
the
dude.
soundtrack. This dude.
I recorded these lines in the closet under the stairs, which I call my Harry Potter closet, thinking it would be the quietest room in the house. It turns out all the noise in the house focuses in that tiny closet. Everything.
But it came out great. Oh, talk about the different types of accents you did and why we settled on the Scarface Sopranos
Just
dude.
walks around the building.
Well, I mean, I just basically pitched every kind of accent I could think of to do, and he and Trolls liked this one best. There was like 3 he actually liked, but he liked this one best, and I think this is the one I could actually repeat, and that's the thing.
I love it. It's great.
I love the interesting one. Kind of
Since
For the
asking
people
him,
in the
you
stream
just kinda
chat,
walk around the
while we
building
were
is, like,
watching this the
hilarious,
first
so-
time, we were talking in this voice channel, and I mentioned how I was kind of tempted to do a Space Quest animation of my own based on like the Doom Mower animation that I released a little while ago in the same style.
What do you got?
And
And you
I don't know, I might,
totally do
I might
it.
draw a preview scene if nothing else, sort of gauge
Absolutely.
interest.
Do it.
Hey, go for
Heck
it.
yeah, man.
The bartender here is Barry T. Smith, 2-time Snoop Award winner, and the voice of the original bartender in Space Quest 4 CD-ROM. And I just
Nice.
hit him up on Facebook and went, dude, this is stupid, but you want to do the bartender again? He went, sure.
That's awesome. I love how you can just hit up on these people and they're like, yeah, sure.
Alien
But they have no idea who I am. I'm
Love
just
the
some
Australian
rando.
accent.
Oh yeah, that's his real accent. Well, not entirely, but that's Michael Council,
That's how he sounds.
dear friend of mine. He's from Melbourne. And that all the dialogue was from the original game, except for that little bit at the end where he says "quick smart." He added that in just to give it a little Aussie flair.
Pay for his chip.
Had to.
Oh boy.
You know,
Now how does this work?
I don't mean to backseat direct.
Clearly that's
I would've-
Bad start. No matter what you say, it's a bad start to start with that phrase.
Well, what
ahead.
I would have done is, we all know the cheat code to make you put in whatever you want, right?
Yeah, sure.
I would have had Roger just exclaim it, and then it suddenly gives him the option. And then he just cheats.
That's
Like he wins the jackpot the first time, it's like, holy shit! And then it opens up for him.
You know what? That's not bad. Why didn't we
I
do
didn't do
that?
nothing. I didn't do nothing.
He just whistles.
Director's
Okay.
cut.
If we'd written a
Now
script
I know there's a
beforehand,
cheat code for this. So next time I play this through, I'll know what to use.
and it will actually recognize any swear word in the
And
parser.
there is a man himself.
There's Josh
Hail to the
himself.
king!
So, Josh, since you're in the chat,
appropriate.
could you talk a bit about what voice you went for and why you went with the sleazy, slimy salesman type voice?
Well, I was originally going to make him a very traditional, sleazy, kind of wise guy, sort of like, yeah. And as I did that, it slowly morphed into a sort of a Southern accent, a bad version of a Southern accent. And I thought, well, that seems to be where the character is taking me, so I'm just going to go with that.
And it worked quite well.
It
And I
does.
didn't
To be
really
honest, that's how I always pictured Tiny's voice.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
that southern slick car salesman type.
Yeah.
And his dialogue is taken verbatim from the game. I didn't change a single line of it. I did, however, speed your voice up a bit. I'm sorry.
I noticed.
What the hell?
This is a stick-up.
It's kind of natural, though. You don't really notice, like we don't.
I really tried to make it not noticeable. I even moved some stuff around, some animation around to make it fit a bit more.
I didn't really notice it.
Well,
This,
Oh,
by the way, this
that's
pan
kudos
is the most,
to you.
This pan was the most complicated shot in the entire movie. I'll show you why.
This here is the keenest little scrambler in the hemisphere.
I love keenest little scrambler.
Perfect for cruising the asteroid.
Handles like a dream. Yeah, I could hear a used car salesman talking like this.
I love like that.
Absolutely.
Slick talking.
But if you're wondering why he suddenly grew an extra bump on his head, I'll show you in editing, but that's because there's a lot of trickery going on here, and I just couldn't crop out the top bit of his head.
kidding about that.
Is that what that was? I was wondering. Is that always like that?
No, he's not always like that. He's got an
He's
extra.
an alien. Things go weird.
A droid.
I love he just says it as he's walking right into the place.
The timing
Very
is what really
good.
makes that one.
Yeah.
I love Papaya Chemist's deadpan here. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Oh, she went for
Perfect.
full snark, full 110% snark, and it's beautiful. And like I said when we were watching the movie before, I never
Yeah, you
realized
look
what
like a cheap bastard.
I never realized what a dirty joke the almost any purpose imaginable.
And it is one of the most experienced droids we carry. I got it from some
Experience, would that mean old, as in obsolete? Just checking.
I don't know.
Been
you'd
around
have-
a while.
Mature.
Well seasoned.
That's the PR way you spin that.
very good human.
And here we
I'm sure
have
you will be most
the real star of the show. No, but holy god! So how much coffee did you drink before doing this voice?
No returns, human.
Poor Roger.
I'm alone.
My boss is actually kind of like this, made of exclamation marks in this way. So I totally get this.
But I mean, there
Then again,
was.
I also adore her, so she's one because she's wonderful. But still,
Oh god.
I love how Roger's just like, I just see Roger, I was like, oh my god, what am I doing? What am I getting myself into?
But there was coffee involved. Am I right?
I drank 2 cups of coffee before I did
Man, you
this.
got meat beats.
pots or cups? I didn't quite hear that.
Cups.
Just
But
cups.
they were big. They were big cups.
They're
Yeah.
big cups. Yeah.
How big are we
Like
talking?
double
20 ounces?
size cup.
Very good, robot.
The
Where's-
Yeah,
giraffe
like
kind
the-
of cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, probably 20
Jug-sized
ounces.
cup, full ounce.
One of those Route
Yeah.
44 size cups, you know.
You know, the kind where you
Mm.
hold in your hand, you look a little bit like you're that scene in Lord of the Rings. It comes in pints.
I'm getting one.
Oh, it's. And I for some reason I don't know where it came from. The little droid's big spiel about I'm so glad to be out of the stuffy metal. All that is actually in the game. If you talk to the droid, it goes I'm going to shut up now and all that. But everything after that, I'm a droid, sir, and she insists on being called a droid, and she insists on calling Roger boss. I don't know where that came from. It's a little hitchhikery, actually. That line,
No.
Best line. Best line.
that line was just so good.
Roger's just like, oh, no, you don't do this to me, please.
I just imagine Roger just hanging on to the rafters, going, "Oh God, I'm gonna die."
I swear. I wanted to do a little bit more of a tense, I swear, like he's like gripping on for dear life, like, I swear!
Definitely steals the show here, though. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, and that was the worst line in the script. I'll rendezvous with you there later. See, I can't even say it. And of course, Robert couldn't either because it goes by so fast, and it's just impossible to say. I should have changed the line. I even did change the line, and he insisted on doing it anyway. He actually
'Cause I was
re-recorded
gonna
it.
nail it some way, somehow.
This is my favorite
Rendezvous
line
really hyphenated?
I was going to ask that too.
in the original game script. It is
Yeah. I was like, in the
Funny.
text, I think it is. In reality, probably not.
probably not.
Okay.
The Jean-Michel Jarre album Rendezvous is, I think, hyphenated.
Probably a bad idea.
It's on my
to
shelf
go
somewhere.
back there. It's gotta be another-
By the way,
I
my
feel
friend-
like that
that
line was Roger trying to sound like a cool guy.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And he
definitely
couldn't
was.
get the word rendezvous. He heard a cool guy say rendezvous one day.
Yeah.
He was like, I'll try that.
But it is.
You know,
That's,
that's
it's in the
kind
game
of the
as
feeling
well.
I got.
That makes it all the better because like Roger wants to be heroic, and he's like, no, he's a big old dork.
Yeah.
It is hyphenated on the album.
Yeah.
Scott Murphy describes Roger as a path of least resistance kind of guy. As in, he is resourceful, he is smart, but he just doesn't want to. And that's why I keep harping on about the I just want to nap. That's like the running theme of this movie because when we do Space Quest 2 the movie, and I've harped upon this a lot before, but when we do Space Quest 2 the movie, it ends with him actually going back to sleep. So there's this real poetic closure to the whole thing. And it's going to pay off beautifully.
I mean, making a whole ton of noises.
Should have him step on a spore so he gets a nap partway through.
Yeah, that's a great way for a nap.
By the way, the whole freebie thing is shamelessly stolen from Arrested Development, which is one of my favorite shows. But Robert just delivers it, so, especially one in the airlock going, I'm so angry. Okay, that was a freebie. Ken Williams, everybody.
Cameo.
Oh yeah.
So funny.
And
I
Josh
wanted
said,
to try to make Roger sound like a big, intimidating Sarian. He just sounds like even stupider and dorkier.
Josh,
I'm a cool guy. I'm a Sarian.
Josh said,
I'm a big tough Sarian.
this might be the first time Ken Williams has ever lent his voice to anything Sierra
It could
related.
be.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, he's lent his likeness a fair bit, but I don't think he's lent his voice to anything.
No, and I am honestly shocked he said yes. Especially all the abuse I've given his wife lately.
That is a line that should not be taken out of context, Charles.
Thank you. Yes.
That goes in the vortex. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers. Thank you.
Oh, suddenly I'm very uncomfortable.
I meant the King's Quest
Default
videos.
state, my friend.
They what?
God.
Default state, my friend.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
There were my lines, which were kind of a process because I was trying out new equipment.
Yeah,
I was
Roger
getting a
has
weird
no
buzz.
patience for droids right now.
I wish I had a weird buzz.
And then on top of that, I don't really have soundproofing in this room, so I was like, I'll do a blanket, but the blanket I grabbed is weighted, so it's just super uncomfortable. I finally just gave up with my other headset that has an XLR mic, and that one was fine.
I mean, it's not like
Alex in the chat says, I know we're all talking about Space Quest 2, the movie. I just want to ask what's on everybody's mind. When is the Jones and the Fastlane movie?
That's one I've never even played.
Oh, and this is
pretty much
this is Brainiac
the
from
only
the
thing.
opening.
Yep. This is pretty much the only thing that annoys me in what I did right here. I dropped my voice deliberately, but that resulted in a pop on ship, and that annoys me. And I'm going to be stuck with that. But if that's my one complaint, I'm
Forever
fine
and
with
ever.
that.
Went
Yeah.
beautifully. Also, it's never
Well,
really
hey,
made
maybe the
clear
robots-
if Roger kills this dude. I mean, they're described in the game
This
as
is just
stun
flat
grenade.
out.
But he's like not. First of all, there's smoke in it. Stun grenades don't produce smoke, do they? Hey,
Yes,
just
they
more
do.
said. By the way,
Alexander Bahia wants to know when the
Blows up the
Jones
whole
and the
ship.
Fastlane movie is.
yeah, we just
He just said this.
the Sarian guard who said "Hey" was Jess Morissette, and he delivered like 17 million different iterations of the word "Hey."
Oh my heavens.
Yeah, that's dedication.
That sounds about right.
He sent me like a
Yep.
2.5 minute MP3 of him just going "Hey" in a variety of different silly voices.
Jess is awesome. Although
Agreed.
That sounds like Jeff.
he just
Say.
recently played Gabriel Knight 3, and it broke him mentally. So everyone
Poor
go
thing.
support him if
I
you
feel
can.
so bad for him.
Yeah,
Was he not
say
broken
that Gabriel
before?
Knight 3 would break anybody mentally.
It broke him worse.
Okay, just checking.
Not quite as much as Gabriel Knight 3 can break a person.
I think the Jones and the Fastlane movie is coming out right
That's
after.
the best voice in the entire thing.
No
I think the
red.
Jones and the Fastlane movie is coming out right after the Laffer
Big
Utilities
shout out to
movie.
Right, yeah. If you're ever going to make a movie about Lisa Sue Larry, that's the one to go with.
Yeah.
When are we making? Hey, when are we making the Hoyle games? V? That's what I want to know.
Is it going to be
Oh
part
my
of the
god,
Sierra
there's a plane
Cinematic
harder than
Universe?
bear. Mine. Taking it.
Oh, you know what we were joking
Roger
about
Boyle?
in the SQH Discord? American McGee's King's Quest, the gritty, gothy reboot of King's Quest.
No.
Can I please? Can I do the art for that, please? I'm desperate. I'm begging you. I was
just gonna be
so
Fester
into.
Blatz with a giant smile with big, chunky human teeth.
Oh my god, I want it so bad.
But
I
really,
was so into American McGee shit when I was a teenager.
I just
Please,
want to market it
let's
as
do it.
American McGee's King's Quest just to piss people off.
God.
Just put a poster of that and watch all the sparks fly.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to draw you an edgy Cedric now.
Yes.
Oh God, no!
Do it.
Please do. Please do.
It's weird.
Slow pan. Oh yeah, we were gonna do the whole thing with King's with
Take
King
us
Brandon
out,
being-
Dan the man.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. The planet Xenon is shaped a little weirdly.
Yeah.
Kind of egg shape.
On behalf of all Xenon, we thank you for saving
Yeah,
By the way,
Just one
Dan
very
gave me 3 different takes as well, and he did me 3 different voices, and this was the silliest one he did, and I thought it fitted perfectly.
Gods and Doom. I love that.
So, Trolls, I have one question for you, and that is, when are you going to follow the example of Disney and make a live-action remake of the Space Quest 1 movie?
You know the worst part is I've
In
actually
about
been
20
thinking
years.
about
Yay, top billing!
yeah, in order of appearance.
Yay.
I've been thinking about
Friggin' billing.
if you were actually going to do a Hollywood movie of Space Quest, what would you do? And I've actually been writing down little notes on how to construct the narrative that way. First of all, I combine Space Quest 1 and 2. I'd introduce new characters so he has someone to talk to other than Amberly, who, by the way, did a fantastic job.
It's me.
Yay.
It's you.
Thank
So there's
you.
there's a whole thing. I might write a script, but it'll never get produced, obviously. Oh God, my name is.
It sounds like we just need to start a movie.
base.
We just need to start a movie company right about now.
Okay.
Two guys
But, when,
movies.
but when we're done with Sierra products, can we then do
Two
humongous?
guys,
I
one
wanted
movie.
Pajama Sam's film. Pajama Sam would make a great
Oh,
movie
man.
character.
Can we do a pop
All
one too?
the tanks in the world to the King's Quest wiki.
Yeah.
They love me. The King's Quest Wiki love me. That's why they get extra special things.
Yay, Space Quest 2, the movie coming soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sam and
See,
I
I'd
are
say
writing
that
the
we
Depending on your
should
script.
do
definition of soon.
Yeah, but
And
this time we're
I'd
actually
seriously.
we're
Go
doing
ahead.
it
Shorter
right.
than Duke Nukem Forever's production cycle.
Are we gonna try and
And now,
post-credit scene?
It's called
'Cause-
Half Dome Films.
Mhm.
the best line.
Yes.
The
So, do you own King's Quest 2?
I mean, because when he said he'd do it, we were like, okay, we gotta get him to say that line because you know the infamous story is he put it in and didn't tell Scott, and Scott was pissed.
Cracks me up every time.
5 stars, just kiss.
And the funny thing is, I asked him, can you do an extra line for us? We just want the line that says, hey, do you own King's Quest 2? Which is the line from the actual game if you talk to the Saren Guard enough. And he went, sorry, we don't own the rights to King's Quest. My wife and I sold the company. I was like, oh, sorry, that wasn't a question. That's the line. That's the actual line.
Oh, jeez.
He probably gets that question so many times.
Yeah, he just blanked.
Yep.
He just went, no, not again.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to try and share my Adobe Premiere screen now. Let me know if you guys see this.
I can see something. Watch stream? Okay, I will watch stream.
There you go. It should.
Yay!
It's loading really slowly.
Everything's
That
a
is-
little
yeah.
wild right now.
Yeah. There was no dehydrated water.
Oh, there it is.
God, this thing is struggling. There we go.
I will say that we should do a Monkey Island one, except for they didn't made Pirates of the Caribbean, which is basically Monkey Island.
Yeah, which is basically
Pretty
much.
it's especially the
there-
second one is so Monkey Island.
Yeah. Wasn't there a thing, though, that Ron Gilbert actually wanted to do a live-action Monkey Island until Pirates of the Caribbean came along?
Yeah, but the
There
irony
was a
is
Probably.
production.
the irony
Yeah.
is
Oh,
that
yeah, there was
Monkey
that
Island is
animated one.
based on
Mhm.
the Pirates of the Caribbean ride that Disney did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
The
so
ride
before there were
also-
movies.
Yeah.
It
The
kind of
ride and On Stranger Tides.
Yeah, and I also remember that he had said that if he had thought about tentacles for a beard, he would have added them to LeChuck before Davy Jones even came along.
Yep.
Yeah, because he
That-
saw Davy Jones and he said,
I
"That's
believe
LeChuck."
That was
Yeah,
the
it's
craziest
big.
thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the craziest thing to me was that Ron Gilbert said the two major impetuses were the Pirates of the Caribbean ride and the novel On Stranger Tides. And then Pirates licensed On Stranger Tides for the fourth movie. And I was like, if I'm not impressed, I'm going to be really disappointed. And I wasn't impressed, so I was really disappointed.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't see the fourth movie, so maybe I spared myself.
Oh.
I did hear it was kind of like,
I've only seen
It's
the
not
first
terrible, but it's not great. And it's very focused on Jack because they don't have anyone else. It's Jack's the central character, and I don't think he works as that. He works as an ancillary character, as a secondary protagonist, not as a primary.
Yeah.
I still don't get how Jack Sparrow became the star of the first one, to be honest. I mean,
the performance.
That there is that.
Oh yeah. I mean, Johnny Depp is as a drunken pirate with eyeliner. How can you go wrong?
Yeah, just acting very flamboyant, just like with the hands and everything.
And he said he was
and they
just doing
leaned
Keith
into
Richards.
it so hard they brought in the person he was imitating as his dad. In the
Yeah.
next film.
No.
All right, so I'm gonna take you around the Adobe Premiere thing just so you can see how messed up this really is. Track one down here is the original Let's Play that I wrote the music for, and as you can see, it's chopped into little bits because all the music cues ended up changing. Up here are all the actual bits of graphics, and all of the graphics were taken from the original game. And indeed from the original Let's Play that I actually did for a completely different reason. Was back when I was doing the overview of each the Space Quest Primers videos. I just did a quick Let's Play of Space Quest 1, and that's the one I cut into bits and pieces for this. Some little shots like this one of the shuttle flying away. I took the I took the the sprite of the shuttle and just moved it across a star field. And the star field is taken from the game and the sprite is taken from the game, but they're animated. So this shot isn't actually in the game. And of course the explosion. Someone in the chat actually asked if the why I didn't just use the kaboom graphics for the explosion here, and I actually did that to begin with. It just looked so goddamn silly when I put it in. It's just like this big moment, and
even Space Quest has limits.
There's a countdown and everything, and then it just goes kaboom. It just looked too silly. Not that this doesn't look silly, but it looks appropriately silly. Like it's this big stock footage fireball that just appears out of nowhere.
Yeah. And it's perfect. It's
like
it's
hyper realistic.
It's
It's
super
very funny
silly.
to me.
But I did in fact sit back and actually let the countdown timer run out. That is the speed it runs out at in the actual game. And then
it's like it's kind of fast, right?
It goes by really fast. In fact, the whole Let's Play was played on fast, as in the game speed fast, and not normal. Like right at the start, when Roger comes out of the broom closet, he's walking. Have a look at the light up in the ceiling. When he comes out, it's on normal speed, and then once he starts walking, you'll see it.
Yeah.
There it goes.
There he goes, and we're up to fast.
Instant speed up.
There you go.
Yep.
I wasn't sure you hadn't cranked it all the way to fastest at the end because of how much Nav 11 was just bouncing in that last scene.
I thought
the
Roger
gold
was
mop.
going to go for like a nice power walk around the ship.
That was actually just on fast. That animation is just. I mean, it's really fast in normal speed too. Some bits of the of the movie were just super complicated to make because of like continuity. Like this little scrolly thing up here is actually copied in from other parts, because I had to cut around the text boxes and stuff, so that meant that every time I cut around a text box, the scrolling text would have jumped and shown something else. So if I shut off this track up here, that's just the scrolly text, see, it changed. So that's actually a different playthrough that's copied in, and all the zooming
That's
in
pretty
and out.
frustrating.
That was fun. So, and you can there's a little
It's hard
line
work.
You can
And
see,
nobody noticed.
Hopefully nobody. You can see
Nobody noticed because you did so good.
The little black
that's
line
kind
that
of the
goes
purpose.
across there. That's
Movie
where
magic.
that's where it splits.
Mind-blowing special effects.
No, there's no magic here. That's King's Quest and Quest for Glory. This is Space Quest. It's all science.
Right.
It's all science. It's very important.
But
Hey,
what is
but
science?
any sufficiently advanced form of science is indistinguishable from magic. Keep that in mind.
Precisely.
Thank you, Arthur C.
Technobabble
Clarke.
just
Glad you could join
incantations.
us.
Yeah.
Technobabble is just everybody reverse the polarity.
Oh, and the grill.
That's Technobabble 101.
The grill eating the escape pod. I wanted to put that in because I suppose some viewers might just go, why doesn't he just go back to his escape pod, for some reason, whatever, and just fly back off? Of course it's crashed or whatever, but I also wanted to introduce the grill for reasons. So
The grill was fun.
Yeah.
So actually, I
Love a grill.
I love the grill gag. It's so great.
I took the sprite from I exported the sprite from the original AGI game with Win AGI, and went in and added the escape pod in, and you see it actually squashes down so it fits inside the jaw, and saved that as a GIF, and had to convert that GIF into an MP4, and then I had to chroma key the stupid thing in. God, and there's such a fine line between chroma keying in when stuff looks good and when stuff just starts becoming a transparent hot mess. Gemini knows all about this from starring in our FMV game as a ghost. Because, oh God, that's like 7th guest levels of garbage.
Ouch.
And a lot of...
it smells awful too.
What's stuff
been up to?
It is that is just the creepiest line in the game. It's I'm not sure, but don't go in the basement. Other stuff, these are pretty easy stuff, but the screen of the screen here, this is the full screen of the game. So you can see the bottom of it is just pretty much cut off. The spider's just walking on the widescreen stuff, so I had to add in some more sand, but luckily the sand is just this one solid color, so that's just a color mat that I put under the thing. This just let me know if I'm boring anyone.
No,
this is interesting
Important
stuff.
parts of the
What?
the fine tapestry that is Space Quest 1, the movie.
nothing like pulling back the curtain every now and then.
Every once in a while.
Hey,
There we go. The best character.
There you go. The only reason he's
Old
chopped
purple
to
eyes.
he's chopped to bits, and that's because I wanted his talking animation. But every time one of these blocks here comes in, that's a freeze frame of him not talking, because if I just had him talking all the while, and Gemini had these very nice Shakespearean pauses, and it just looked weird that his mouth kept flapping every time he'd so I actually had to put in freeze frames of him not talking. Oh, well, simple stuff.
Stuff you don't think about.
This looks complicated. What the hell is this? Oh God! The throwing the rock thing. God, throwing the rock thing is from, I think, 3 different playthroughs. The rock is a separate object. The spider droid is a separate object from a separate playthrough, because that spider just took like 20 minutes to get under the fucking rock, and I had to edit around.
Yeah.
And Roger, of course, is from the original playthrough. So there's like 3 different elements here, plus some other stuff. So the rock is actually just a separate element that gets chucked off the bridge.
Is anybody else cringing every time he ran Roger back and forth over that bridge, expecting it to break?
Just expecting it to collapse under him.
Let's do that again.
Yeah, that.
Honestly,
I was playing Space Quest 1 again the other day, and I was half expecting, like, okay, let me walk across. It cracked. Save. Let me walk back. No, it didn't crack. I was disappointed.
Honestly,
now I'm disappointed.
You didn't walk far enough, then.
By the way, that's
I can stand the Space Quest 1 Stone Bridge better than I could stand it if we were mocking King's Quest 2 and he was going back and forth across that bridge. That would set me off.
No, it's bad. So bad.
Yeah. That bridge is reasonable. King's Quest 2's is not.
Oh, no.
But it does
So
make
mean.
sense that it doesn't crack, because it's like, then how are you supposed to get across to get back to the cave?
That's
Nope,
true.
exactly.
Now, the thing, there are two things in the movie that never really quite pay off. The translator aboard the Arcada is one thing. He just picks it up. He doesn't even identify what it is. He just goes, I'll probably need this thing. And that's an oversight on my part. I should have had it pay off somewhere down the line, but I didn't. And the other thing is the bridge. The bridge never pays off. He walks across it, it cracks, and he goes, "What the hell was that?" And it's just sort of a kind of a weak joke. He just goes, "All I need is, or the last thing I need is a compound fracture. At least things can't get any worse." Then the spider droid drops. But it
would have been pretty neat to hear Gemini do a whole alien garbled version before he can turn his translator on in time.
Exactly. Yeah. But then you need like a whole explanation dialogue. Oh, this thing I picked up in the closet is probably a translator. I'll just press the button. He had no reason to press the button because he doesn't know what the hell it is. And I just couldn't work that in the script. But
this is why video games made into movies are always bad.
Yeah, I know.
Honestly,
it's because half of them are directed by Yui Bowl.
Well, since it gets reused, since the exact same device gets reused in Space Quest 2, it's going to be even funnier when Roger finally figures out with the Pinkins, oh, that's what this does!
Okay, I will record that line, and I'm going to have so much fun doing that. I was figuring, though, that like if it is a translator, it's probably on automatically. Like, it probably just like automatically senses dialogue, and it's like, here you go.
Yeah. I mean, that would be proper modern technology. It actually was.
Yep. Just translates in real time.
Style.
I'm still stuck on the Uwe Boll. Like I'm the YouTuber Uwe Boll now. Awesome.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but
when are you gonna start boxing?
Oh my god! Yeah, I want to knock out Rich Lotax. Richard Kimmich. Okay, so here's the chroma keyed in Spidey. An extra chroma key, Spidey. If I turn off the other layers,
corrected.
There he is, and you can see aspect corrected, and you can see what an absolute crap job I've done of chroma keying him in.
We fed one of these spider droids Elpo brand spider droid food, and the other one Blue Buffalo. See the difference beyond your very eyes.
And I was kind of toying with the idea of chunking him up, but then the chroma key just absolutely shit itself. So I no, he's like he is, and luckily when he's walking, you don't notice that his outline is just jagged as all hell.
Yeah, it works pretty good. I didn't even notice.
And this is just in this shot, it's just a regular spider droid, and also he rounded the corner here, very like fortuitously at just the right time. Normally he's a little late, but he. This sound effect, by the way, I know you can't hear anything, but this sound effect, we mentioned this during the commentary, but Epic Potato Fiend did a bunch of lovely sounds, with his mouth, the growl and the little tentacle monster in the underground. But this Orat scream was him yanking on a rubber chicken, and the full sound effect is just like 2 minutes of this ungodly guttural noise. And we just had to chop it into bits for all the best parts. Can I? I'm just gonna go into my settings here so we can have some audio, so you guys can actually hear this. The chicken noise, the full version of the chicken noise is terrifying, like honestly terrifying.
Oh, we gotta hear it.
Oh dear.
I am chicken. Hear me roar.
So this is this. Hopefully you can hear this. This is the actual sound effect that we used in the movie. So you can see it actually cuts off like really super quickly. So let me just pull up my. You guys can't see this, but I'm gonna pull up the original sound effect that he sent me, which is in here somewhere. Creatures.
I can't wait.
Tentacle, where are you at? Yeah, here we go. Orat chicken.
I'm
just gonna stop it right there.
We didn't hear anything.
No, you didn't hear anything.
We didn't get it.
Because it's not. You'll have to go on the stream for
screen share. Okay.
Yeah.
I do have an important question, though.
Oh, you know what I could do?
Did the rubber chicken have a pulley in the middle?
I knew that was coming.
That was coming. You know what? I'll just add it in here, and I'll turn it down a bit because it is loud. I mean, really loud. Check this out.
Oh my god!
What the hell?
That goes on for 35 seconds.
That is absolutely what it sounds like as Guybrush is riding the rail to the other side, to Hook Island. That's exactly how it sounds
Look
like.
how long it is. He goes all the way underground, and this is the end of it.
Oh my.
And there are people laughing in the background.
You know, there's
It's not so
something weirdly-
mournful.
It's weirdly fitting that it's a chicken that's making the Orat noises, as if I remember anything right about the series, Orat slowly becomes, like, he devolves from an actual character with a name to, like, livestock as the series goes on. Like, you can get a fillet of Orat,
That's true.
your mother was an Orat.
Hmm.
He goes from being his name goes from being singular to, and a title to, oh yeah, there's an Orat across the street, man. Just go check the other one. Take the other.
Last one to the space bars, a rotten Orat ovum, I believe is Drool's line.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, where is let's see.
Problem.
So we
You need
had
to go out. You need to go do business.
Is he talking to Jabbers or his own dog?
I'm good. I already win.
Woof.
So anyway, we heard Brandon's sort of spacey new age kind of alien, and that would be.
Please don't be alarmed. We intend no harm. We are cautious.
Pitched up.
That's and that was the voice we went with. I just thought it'd be funny to hear Gemini's take on the character. It's muted. Cool. There you go.
Please, don't be alarmed. We intend no harm. We are cautious, however. Others don't share our way of life. Welcome to Corona. We have promised you transportation. It is a skimmer. It hovers approximately 1/2 meter above the traveler.
Good girl.
The skimmer is programmed to take you to a settlement on the other side.
Yes, you are.
Called Eulance Flats.
Yes, you're a good girl.
For the travel arrangements there.
Yeah.
Strange one.
Always
Good girl.
The only complaint I have is they didn't offer us tea at the end.
I thought that was great.
It was a good.
I like it too. It
Actually,
sounds like a little
is a good
Sparty Park
take.
Flats.
Oh, it's excellent.
it was a bit of a toss up actually, and we just sort of went. It was pretty much a coin flip at that point. But we went with the ethereal one because it was really there's just something otherworldly about it, something that I had never even anticipated. It was really good. By the way,
Yeah, I like the contrast between the two.
yeah, it makes more sense that it's actually a different voice, like it's not the Coronian dude doing the hologram. Now, the data cartridge, I really, really wanted Scott Murphy to do this, and he actually said yes. I actually asked him, and he said yes, I'll do it. And then he just went into one of his long radio silence things that he does every once in a while. He just sort of disappears, and then he comes back like a month later, and everything's fine. But he went into a radio silence just after he said yes, unfortunately. And I'd recorded Slash's dialogue as a temp, and just put the same vocal distortion on it that they used in Space Quest 4. And since stuff was rolling, we ended up keeping my voice instead.
Whoever shall hear this, I am Dr. Slash Bohol.
But that was just tempy stuff. Luckily, it sounds slightly like the voice that Scott did, but mostly because of the vocal distortion. Yeah, it sucks.
It's still good.
Yeah.
It's not a bad take at all.
No, it's a good take.
I mean, luckily we actually got Sludge Volhall in Space Quest 2, the movie, and hopefully Scott will be able to do that voice because I really can't see anyone else doing it.
He'd reprise it. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. More color mats since the the actual Coronian landscape that you come out of the hatch from only goes up to about where you see the little line up there. So there's a color mat of the Coronian sky, which is again just a flat color, so that's easy. But then you have the little Spidey coming in from the left and getting gobbled up.
Loud the first time I saw that.
Very good.
That was perfect timing.
It's just such a good way to tie off a little loose end right there.
That was a big loose end.
It's like walking along, growl, comp.
And
it's got to be like a recurring gag at this point. It should be.
Yeah.
oh, it should.
Should put him once somewhere in Space Quest 2.
But there's a little shriek when he bites it. There's a little
He's a
shriek.
root monster or something.
I think it's this one. Yeah, there's a little shriek, and that is. Can anyone identify that shriek? It is from one of the Space Quest games.
Play it again.
All right.
That's if you click on the spider in Space
in
Quest
Space
6
Quest
and it
6?
falls.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. A
In the
little
basement
Easter egg in
of,
Space Quest
Orion's
6.
Belt?
Yeah.
Yep.
That is indeed the sound
Good
effect.
ear.
I remember the first time I found that Easter egg, I was like, "That's slightly dark, but still amusing."
Josh, were you privy to any of those Easter eggs that were put in, or was that like a rogue programmer gone wild?
That was mostly programmer gone wild.
Right. Did you ever?
It's my favorite video series.
I mean, not to derail or anything, but did you ever find the Easter egg that William Shockley left for you in the?
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
That was
It was
cute.
great.
Okay, so the skimmer thing, bunch of, as you can see, the sky repeating. It's actually just the same. This wide shot doesn't exist in the game, but it's pretty much just, a copy and paste job. So if I turn off any of these layers, then bits of the sky start disappearing, and then the rest are just a flat mat. And the rocks never actually come like on the left and right side, because that's just a flat color mat. Hopefully no one noticed that the rocks just stay in the middle. And then it's just a lot of zoom and stuff. And again, this sequence was like 3.5 minutes long, but we cut it mercifully down. I actually think it's a little long still, but fuck it.
It will survive. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, was it?
That's
Robbie?
why we needed the Grell chase scene.
Yeah.
Honestly, it feeling just slightly too long is probably appropriate, considering how people feel about that whole sequence in the game.
That's true.
Yeah.
And as
And
Rob
also,
pointed,
too, if you think about movies with driving scenes, it's like the same idea. He's probably like lost in his thoughts. He's just trying to get out of there. He just wants to take his nap.
yeah, and he's just oh,
Do not
God.
fall asleep at the wheel, Roger.
Can you imagine? And all of a sudden, you just see him go, "Rock, game over."
Oh, and here I had to cut around a couple of things, but the bar sign had to flash in time with everything. So the bar on the right is actually cut out from the left. You can see the little vertical line going down the middle.
Oh.
And here's more lines, and these. I don't. Can you actually see the little vertical lines in the?
Yeah.
Barely.
Yeah, okay.
Barely.
Yeah, barely. So that's where the cutouts are, and the reason why there are two of them now is because the skimmer salesman dude came in at the absolute wrong time. In my playthrough, I had Roger just walk off and do whatever while this dude was coming up. So Roger on the left is a freeze frame. Then you have the playthrough of the skimmer dude actually coming down here. And then there's a freeze frame when they're just standing there talking to each other. Good lord, that took forever. And he power walks around the building. It's just the same shot. Fuck it.
That's right, Roger. Hold still so I can proposition you for this blasted skimmer.
Exactly. There's a lot of freeze frame.
Never work with children, animals, and computer games from the 1980s.
Exactly.
They say.
And here ZZ Top also kept changing on me. So ZZ Top at the top, ironically, are a different. Oh, and here Roger's actually cut out because I had to have him stop, like just stop in the middle and talk to himself and actually turn around. And he didn't turn around in the scene at all when I was playing the game, so I had to cut him out of, I think, well, just basically cut out the sprite and put him in and size him up correctly so that he could actually stand around and talk to himself. I mean, in the original playthrough, he just went up to the slot machine, like we all do, just head straight for the slot machine because we all know what to do. Hey, Pixie. Cheers. Thank you so much. And thanks so much for coming to the commentary. Pixie's off to bed, everyone. Give a round of applause for our star generator.
Good night, Pixie.
Good night.
Yay.
I'm probably about to head off too.
Yeah, the star generator's off to bed, and the Arcata computer has to go to
Thanks,
work.
guys.
So I'll be going.
Thanks so much. Thanks
Take
so much
care,
for coming,
everyone.
Jabbers.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much.
Good night.
Thank
Hey,
you. Have a good
guys.
time.
Good night,
Good
everyone.
night. Goodbye, everybody.
We're almost done here as well. I mean, and we did get a question in the chat. What was the flashing on the slot machine? What was that? and that is just a load of stock footage bullshit. It's an anime. It's like an anime flash.
Yeah, look like anime speed lines or something.
They are anime speed lines.
Yeah,
And
hyperspace lines.
And then there's like a subtle little bit of smoke. Just
I
stock
think
footage
that's
smoke.
so funny. The zooming in just kills me. It's hilarious.
Oh yeah, the
slot machine.
Yeah, the anime lines. It's just fantastic.
Thank you.
Wonderfully over the top.
I mean, you had to write in like Roger must be the luckiest dude in the world because the whole slot machine thing. It makes no narrative sense whatsoever that he just walk up to a slot machine and get your idea of him uttering the cheat code and that actually working is a much better idea that I should have gone with. Too late now. Where were you when I was not writing the script at all?
Director's cut.
Director's cut. Oh, and here we
the
have
Ultimate Edition.
Yes. Here we have
Unrated edition.
Okay, so I was talking about the bump on his head. Let's see if I can find the bump on his head. That's much later, actually. All of this is just...
Yeah, it's in front of the other
that's
ship.
the second scene.
Yeah. As you can see here, we had to... again, this is just because in the playthrough, the two characters weren't facing each other at all, so I had to cut out bits of Tiny, and you can see the line's actually moving. So the crop line is moving because Tiny was not doing what he was supposed to in that scene. So there's a lot of that going on. A lot of freeze framing in one bit, and a lot of cutting shit out in other bits. Oh, and I said the most complicated shot in the whole movie was Roger walking away from the mugger, and that's this shot. And that's because this shot is actually
between the two.
It's composited from two different screens in the game. I had to stick those two together, and it worked so well. And I thought, why didn't I do this like earlier in the game? And there's actually very few screens in the game that, when put side by side, actually match up. It's a little trick of the eye. You'd think the Arcada screens lined up. They don't quite actually line up. Some of them do, some of them don't. But this one does, and it looks so good, and it's just over in less than a second, and then you're just back into the normal game. But that took a whole afternoon just to get that shot working.
Beautiful.
Yep.
And just the way
worth it.
Part you work on the
to
hardest.
craft.
Oh, and this shot. I mean, the eagle eyes will see that it's just mirrored. The dunes have just been mirrored, but they just go by so fast that you don't notice. Hopefully, and here we have Tiny's extra bulbous head. There he is. Because, again, the characters weren't facing the right way, so Tiny is cut out of a different part of the playthrough, but his head was sticking into the actual ship. And he was just too low. I mean, there was something else in the way. I forget what it is, but he was too low. He had to stand right there, otherwise he didn't match up with where he was in the previous actual bit of the scene. So his head just grew an extra inch. And that's why he has
brain.
Alien.
An extra bulb.
Galaxy brain.
Just let him do it.
Just let him do
He's
it.
an alien.
Well, he knew it was
This is how it works.
pure profit, so he was getting a big head about it.
Oh yeah.
It's
exactly.
It's like that. It's like that head crest that Zoidberg has, except his inflates when he's about to make a whole bunch of money off some dumb sucker.
That is so terrifying.
There we go. We explained it.
Yeah. Oh, and this line by Josh, you're going to need a droid to help you fly. I think that's the one you can really tell that is sped up.
Oh, by the way, you're going to need a droid to help you fly that thing. Well, good luck. Come again.
Unfortunately. That's the one
It
where you
still
can
sounds pretty natural, though.
Yeah,
barely.
Yeah, it doesn't sound sped up.
With the music in the background and stuff, you can't really hear the artifacting, but soloed, you can kind of hear the...
the artifact.
You're going to need a droid to help you fly that thing.
But anyway, I tried.
Still not bad.
Yes, it's acceptable.
It still works.
Sir, you have no idea what that means to me.
It's just a little dirty. It's still good. It's still good. Come on, Dad.
Oh, I think it'll work perfectly great.
Oh God, no! Make it stop, please.
That's not so much American McGee's Alice as it is. Yeah, let's just end that joke right there. Just more freeze framing
In
here.
American McGee's King's Quest, you should make Cedric sound like the Cheshire Cat from the game.
Oh God!
Yeah. Yes, you should have like a really scary
I need
voice.
it. I need it.
Oh no!
I'm not going in there, Graham. I'll wait out here.
Graham,
A
watch out.
poisonous
Wait,
snake, Graham.
Wasn't the
Look
Cheshire
out.
Cat?
No. If you're gonna have American McGree's King's Quest and Cedric's gonna be in it, venomous. I insist on that. If you're gonna make me suffer through the return of Cedric, he's gonna say venomous this time.
Venomous.
No, he says poisonous. That's all he'll say. Okay?
What did I just
I
say that
approve.
word over and over again.
God.
Okay, so not much going on here. Of course, Roger's ship is
Anyway.
a little sprite on its own, and space in the background is actually two different space. Oh, there's a reason why. This is just stupid. There's this poetic like zoom out of Corona here, and then it just hard cuts to black. And of course, I wanted it to like fade out and then have this bit fade in.
I gotta take off, folks.
Ah, Josh,
so
thank you
much.
so much for coming.
Thanks for being
Thank you so
around.
much, sir.
Pleasure.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Sorry for the
Take care,
boring.
man.
See you soon.
Have
Thanks
a
for
lovely
being a part
day.
of the project.
Thank you.
Peace out.
Peace out, indeed.
My pleasure.
Yeah. So, space. Because there are two different bits of space. I could have just done a big space background and faded that in, but look what happens if you fade it in. The two different bits of, like you can see top and bottom there. If they fade in, it looks super weird. It looks like one part of space just comes in before the
Oh
other.
yeah, yeah.
It looks,
you see
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just
Overlapping, right?
yeah, because they overlap. Yeah, so that's why it hard cuts in. Sometimes
It's not noticeable.
it's
What
luckily the
program are you
music.
using anyway?
I'm sorry.
What program are you using for this?
Oh, this is Adobe Premiere, and
okay.
or Adobe, as I've learned that it's pronounced, but I just can't make my
Yeah.
brain do it.
Yeah, they
Adobe.
don't deserve
See,
to
that's
have
where
their
you can
names
add the
said
E
right.
vowel and not in meaty.
Yeah, and also GIF is with a hard G. Come on, what is wrong with people?
Exactly.
Just remember, it is Adobe and not Adobe. That's a totally different meaning.
Adobe.
Very much
The
so.
DB brother.
I like that. This bit here with fast cuts. What I wanted this was like a montage thing of him doing stuff, and I think it came out a little wonky. Like he sees the grate and he goes okay, and then you just have this quick montage like you do in movies, like when they're doing something menial that takes a while. You just cut up the action so it doesn't take that long. I think it came out a little wonky.
Did you ever consider doing the alternate path of Roger just getting in the crate and being dragged up to the laundry room instead?
You know what? I actually did. But then we'd miss out on the great ow my nose gag, and also I could never figure out how to explain why he just magically loses his jetpack. Like, why doesn't he bring it?
Good point.
It dissolves in the laundry.
It just it doesn't even. It just magically disappears inside the trunk. He just comes out of the trunk with no jetpack. Doesn't he? Or is
Water
that
soluble.
Yeah.
The straps broke.
It's a jetpack. Wash it on delicate.
Yeah, exactly. If you washed it on medium, it got ruined.
Yeah.
It shrunk.
Now I'm having flashbacks of the freeze the ambassador from Space Quest V.
Oh God! Why is that? Why are those directions on that thing? How often does that happen?
It's like, this is a common thing. I mean, every ship freezes ambassador. Is this mostly meant for enemy ambassadors, or is this mostly for friendly ambassadors?
I mean, I love the fact that it's in the game because it's such a good meta joke. But yeah, that would be
Yeah, it's
really
like
hard to
Seinfeld.
translate
Yeah,
into
I love
a
that
movie.
show.
By the way,
That
before
kind
we
of thing
added
cracks me
voices,
up.
before we added voices in, I had the punch sound from Space Quest V. Then poof, ow! When he knocks, and it worked so well. But then, of course, Rob did an actual ow, and it worked a little better because that was his actual voice. so I did that sound effect instead.
Yeah.
So most of the
very appropriate.
Yeah, like he's gonna bonk his nose, and it's gonna be like, ah. Ugh.
Yeah, he's gonna and it.
Oh
why
man, it
does
hurts so bad to bonk your nose.
Oh yeah.
So for most of the sound effects, whenever I could, I went with what I could scrape from Space Quest 4 and 5 and 6. And admittedly, most of the sound effects in Space Quest 5 were just lifted from some, library somewhere.
Library.
Oh yeah, one of those stock libraries.
Wherever they found the Homer's dope. Yeah, library, probably.
Yes, found. Yes, but
yeah, found.
Probably
but I will
probably
say
a sound effect website like from GeoCities.
Or one of those CDs that they used to sell.
Yeah.
No, obviously it was supplied by their benefactor Sprint.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Mystery
By the
solved.
way,
Mystery
by the way,
solved.
big shout out to Rob
It was a
because
ringtone.
I didn't direct him to do this at all. He did this on his own.
So good. So good.
That was not in the script at all. He just did it.
I just thought like he's going around in a washer. I just wanted to make the sounds of him like getting like water and everything all over, and he's like sucking in water and stuff.
It's perfect.
Very well
With
done.
the visual aid just together, it's perfect.
Yep. Glorious.
And we have Ken Williams's performance here. This is the pitched down version.
You talking to me?
But I could, of course, play you the actual Ken Williams take that he did in his regular voice.
So was our expectation.
And that would be and he got sped up as well. So I'll just put in his regular voice as it was sent to me.
You talking to me?
And it won't match. Also, he did several takes of each line. It's not going to match the visuals, but this is the voice that he sent me.
You talking?
That's not the voice he sent me. Wrong one. That would be this one.
You talking to me? Are you talking to me? You talking to me?
Like a pro, he did 3 takes of each line.
You mean the Star Crusher? No idea. I just work here.
I feel like he's giving like a presentation to the board of directors.
He is. That was so good.
We know how it feels now.
That's
Ken
a
Williams.
timeless line right there. Just like,
Shut up, Button.
King's Quest 2, yay!
King's Quest 2?
So
Yes, sir, I do, sir.
I went with the one where he goes up at the end instead of this one.
So, do you own King's Quest 2?
Oh, he went up on both of them. Okay, so I used the last one.
the other one's more up.
Yeah, he went more up.
That's
on
like Ken Allen's "No More for Today." That one will live forever.
Yes.
Shut up, Butts.
I like how we what was it, the VGA remake trying to make it sound like more heroic and everything, but we liked the VGA version. He's like the butt monkey of the ship.
Yes. Yeah. In the VGA
Butts was
version,
supposed to be like high ranking in the VGA one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said, yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a high rank,
Yeah.
and everyone
Buck
snaps a
Rogers.
salute when he walks by and stuff. And that didn't fit in the tone that I had in mind at all. Like, but Buxton would, like, much like Roger on the Arcada, Buxton would just be the low-ranking dweeb. I mean, he does his own laundry.
Yeah.
You don't promote somebody named Buxton. I'm sorry. It just doesn't happen.
I am going to point out, we don't know that Buxton does his own laundry because, well, we know is a Sarian put that stuff in the laundry.
True.
Not that Buxton does. That's what I'm
True.
saying.
Right,
But then
the
again,
only-
I don't think he was going to be a high-ranking officer.
Yeah, the only way we get that proof is in VGA, where the Sarian literally takes the uniform off. We don't get that in Egypt.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, why, if he didn't just pants Buxton or something, why is he carrying his uniform around?
Exactly.
No.
No
Oh, and
pranking.
this, we kind of glossed over this, but the second Sarian here is actually Sam Lawson, Tequila on the SQ1 Discord, who helped
yes.
some bits on the script. By the way,
Yay, Tequila.
he was the one who suggested the line, "Did you just power walk around the building?" That's his line. Which is probably the best line.
Great
in the movie.
line.
It is. It's a wonderful line.
Where are you off to, Buxton? That's what I thought.
And I,
See, that's got
Response
attitude.
there.
yeah, that's some real energy. And I said, you know what, just channel your inner bully. And he said, dude, I was the one who got bullied. And I said, yes, me too. Just channel the bully. And he did. So we scarred him for life.
And I did with Roger when I was doing all the voices. Like, I didn't even think about it in the script. I was like, Roger's gonna probably disguise his voice. He's gonna have to try to sound like a Sarian. Sarians are all big, tough, intimidating voices. And he's like,
Great.
he's trying to put on his best, tough, intimidating voice, and it just sounds even dorkier than normal.
It's so perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I love this one.
So perfectly comedic.
Can you point me in the direction of the star generator?
It's great.
What's even better is it's clear he didn't have to modify anything for this. This is just your
I'm
voice.
definitely a Saurian. Yep, that's me.
Yep, that's me. I'm a Saurian boy.
That's me. Oh my god.
It is
That's right, I'm a
very
Syrian
strong.
just like you, a Syrian.
It is very strong. How you do, fellow kids? Energy.
It is. I was thinking like the very. I was thinking of the how do you do fellow kids when I was recording, and I'm like, yeah, Roger is going to try to disguise his voice, and he's going to fail at it.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And no one pays any
They're also
attention.
dumb enough that they'll buy it.
And also, it's Budston. I mean, who cares what Budston does? Shut up, Budston.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Who even knows how he sounds? Like,
Budston's doing the voice again. God.
Yeah. Shut up. And by the way, this droid kept showing up in the playthrough, so I somehow had to write in that it keeps annoying Roger for no goddamn reason whatsoever. And
Very funny.
No one knows what it is. This blocking his way in the elevator, that was so annoying. It's sorry that got loud there for a minute, but this
It's hilarious.
this little that one is actually taken from I think later in the movie when the Sarian appears and he shoots him and he goes or something like that, because there wasn't actually a line here. I should have written a line in for the droid here, but then I just pilfered from somewhere.
Wait, that sounds like the when he's descending into the cave on Corona.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah, when he's when he gets on the elevator, he goes, "Whoa!"
Yeah,
that's the same one.
Yeah, that is. That's the one that I did when I was descending into the elevator.
This one is my favorite.
It works perfectly.
Back off you.
It just kills me every time.
Back off you.
I'm just really annoyed at this point. Just back off you.
It's very
inside its metallic outer structure. The droid is weeping at the sheer disdain.
Oh, this shot! Good lord, the star generator room. So you can see the little thin horizontal line. So it extends up, and getting that thing to pan down. The star generator itself is a cutout object because that animation just kept messing me up. And actually, it does mess up in the actual movie. But hopefully, people are watching the subtitles instead of watching the animation. So and there's a shot later on when you see the whole thing from. When Roger's dumping the detonator, the grenade on top of his head. There's more stuff up top, and yeah, it's just a mess. Scooting past all. Oh yeah, Rob had to redo these lines when he's talking to himself about how he's going to take the dude down, because the first take he did, he was kind of almost shouting to himself. And I was going, the Sarians are probably going to notice that. Like he was really annoyed. So I had him do it like a little more just under his breath kind of thing.
Yeah. I know it was good that I did a second take though, but I was also thinking like it would have been like an inner monologue. You probably would have put like a slight echo to it. Like it's like inner voice. Like he's trying to sneak in and he's thinking to himself and these are his inner thoughts right now.
Yeah, I should have done that instead. But
it's funnier that he's saying it all out loud.
Honestly, I prefer that. This actually happened. The Cole's more recent game, Hero U, there's literally a scene towards the end of the game where you can have the main character, he's always basically talking to himself like you do, and you can literally have him try and listen in behind a door, and your professor will basically call you out on your unfortunate tendency to verbalize what you're thinking. And I'm like, oh my God, I've been talking to myself this entire game.
Oh God.
It's so hilarious.
Now that I think about it, that is perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so look what just happened. So
whoops.
How you can actually see over the door there. There's a little bit of pixel stuff missing. That whole
it's all white on the top, isn't it, or something?
It is. So the actual screen stops just above the door frame. So everything that's above the door frame is just mirrored from.
Oh, right. Okay.
From below. Gotcha.
Yeah, from below.
Okay.
And that's how we get the and that's also, so you can see over the door frame here. That's also looks a little weird, but as it goes by, you kind of don't notice. And it's the same with the pan down. The pan down over here. It starts way up here, and there's a bunch of shit up here. And if I take away that top bit, there's that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
where it stops.
Scoreboard.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, what was Roger's score at the end of the movie? I don't think he got full points.
Good question. Good question. We're gonna have to
Might
check
have missed a
that.
puzzle or two.
Oh, and you can see here. You can see here actually the door is now the whole thing looks entirely different because the door just got mirrored.
Beard.
That's not. He's 172. He's not going to get a full score at the end. I can tell you that.
Nope. Short.
It's all right.
So many sound
It's
effects.
appropriate. It tracks.
So many sound
He's
effects.
doing any percent, not 100%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The bare minimum.
So here we have Edmark, Andrew Edmark doing the voice of. There you go.
Yeah, there's my death screen.
Art.
Beautiful.
So beautiful. And there's
that I think was one take.
That was.
And the first voice you did for this guy was a bit more just sort of your normal speaking voice, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a little higher for sure.
It was a little, and I said
A
no,
little higher.
it needs to be
voice
gruff.
for
because-
you. Like now he's gotta be bigger. It's like got it.
Yeah, I mean, he's a tough guy. They got him guarding the fucking weapon of mass destruction. He's a tough guy, and also he like you said, he was a tough. That's the one thing the VGA version did right, was to make the guy guarding the Star Generator a tough guy. So I actually had Roger monologues himself. Oh God, that guy was huge, even though he looks exactly the same as all the other guards. But you have several sound effects going at once. You have that's for some reason there's a splat there. But that was supposed to be like the grenade just sort of shrapneling, and then you have the big thud, which everyone can recognize from Space Quest 6. And then of course
Did they basically reuse that animation? Because if I'm not mistaken, that's basically what Roger does in Space Quest 2 when he breaks one of the spores.
You know what? You're
like they just
right.
repurposed that animation.
You're absolutely right. It probably is.
Probably.
The original sound effect was the Doom Boom, the one you were using as a placeholder.
You know what? We're going to have to go back and check, because that is actually in the music file. That sound. Yeah. That is an explosion sound that's in the music file. Although I did add an explosion from Space Quest 5 on top of it, because the music, is turned down a bit, so the explosions were a little too soft at the end. So I added in more explosions. Oh,
hey,
Jess Morissette, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if I pull this one out, you can see so many haze. Let's just put you on a track of your own. Look how far it stretches.
Oh wow! That's
We're gonna have to go up. Do another one.
It's great.
So many haze.
Play all the haze. You've got to play all the haze.
I'm gonna play it.
For horses.
hey, 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 hey.
I'm just gonna have a sip of Coke while we listen to this.
Hey.
Time to hydrate.
It's just the repetition's hilarious.
Yeah.
And now he gets silly.
Hey. 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 Hey.
There was a Cedric
23.
Yeah.
23.
I like the Fonzie one.
Artistry, pure art.
Pure art.
That is thorough.
That is very thorough. And that's the most takes I ever got for any of the voices, and it's just a single hate. Now, fun fact, we were actually going to get Richard Garriott, designer of Ultima, to do that hey. The joke, of course, being that Richard Garriott, the big famous designer, is in the movie and he has one line and it's just hey. And he actually said yes.
Great.
But when pressed, never responded again. He
sad.
said yes on Twitter, and I reminded him 3 times, I believe, and said, hey, can you send us a hey? And he never responded back. So
Tragic.
Second choice, of course, would be the man who pretty much single-handedly invented the Space Quest Online fandom, Mr. Jess Morissette himself. So, I mean, not a bad substitution, I think.
All that tells me is the next time I put in a voice lines, I'm going to have to step up my game, obviously.
Yeah. You have to include a full 2 minutes of singing the theme accidentally. That's you need to add that in.
I will play your
any
outtakes,
voice
my
line you
lady.
said.
Well, I'm sorry I just called you milady.
No, it's fine. I'll survive.
God. People who say milady unironically need to be shot into space. Anyway,
I'll throw you out a window.
Cool.
Defenestration.
Will the window be into space? That's the question.
It should be. Just like a watermelon seed, just poof. Which is a line from Space Quest 3. By the way, just a side note, has anyone seen Defenestrated Garfield? The one where they take Garfield strips, but every punchline is Garfield being thrown out of a window. It's perfect. It's
thrown out a window? Yeah. It's
so
great.
good.
I think one of the best ones that they did there was like a little clip out of the cartoon. It just ends with him getting thrown through the glass and you hear the glass shatter. I gotta find that one.
Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, so
I have to find that one and I have to post it into this chat.
In the when we were batting this shit around in the SQ1 Discord, our two computer voices were Pixie and Jabbers the dog, who have both sadly departed from this chat. But they both did the Arcada computer and the Star Generator. So we had, in the end, we had Jabbers do the Arcada computer because she basically sounds like an Alexa by her own admission. And we had Pixie doing her sassy voice for the Star Generator because the Star Generator is sassy. But of course, I am now able to play you their alternate lines, so you can hear Jabbers as the Star Generator and vice versa. So let me just pull up Star Generator. So this is Pixie's normal.
Detonation cycle has begun. Please evacuate to a safe distance.
But we can do Jabbers instead. Like so.
Detonation cycle has begun. Please evacuate to a safe distance. No, really. This is going to be one hell of a bang. If you're still listening to this, you're wasting precious seconds. I'd skedaddle if I were you.
Like she does this robotic Siri type of voice. It's really good. And vice versa, we have Pixie as the Arcada computer. I'm not going to go all the way back in the timeline just to play you that.
Warning. Outer bay doors are now open. Please remember to wear protective clothing in depressurized areas.
She kind of gives me a Holly from Red Dwarf vibe when she does that.
A little bit, yeah.
See, I was thinking of like when you're on the subway station and it says, please stay away from the gap in the doors.
You know what? It actually does. It actually does, yeah. So anyway, so that's but we went with Siri for the Arcada computer because, you know, it's just flat and has no personality, but the Star Generator is sassy and has personality. But they both did an excellent job on both voices. So again, it's like a more or less a coin toss. And this one, what is extra about this? It's just extra space. Yeah, it's just extra space to the left and right. So I pulled out a little more than what is actually in the game, and because it's in widescreen, that means there was just black on either end of the Deltor. So I just added in a bit more stars. And
did you also speed up the Deltar explosion? It felt like it was faster than the original, even faster than it would be on fast.
I did not.
Okay.
Maybe, I mean, because the playthrough was recorded through DOSBox, so maybe there's some cycle fidgeting going on.
I don't think AGI had much of an issue with cycle stuff, unless it was the original King's Quest 1 on fast. That's about it.
But this shot with the escape pod here, so the actual room stops right here, like where you see the escape pod is right up against the edge, and I wanted to pan down and actually show more of it. God, that took forever. There's a bunch. If I start turning stuff off, there's the yep. And if I scroll down a bit more, I turn this stuff off. There goes the bottom. That's also new. And there we go. There's the left of it, and there's the rest of it. So
man, I didn't even notice that.
It's just a bunch of, that's a combination of like different color mats and mirroring some stuff from other parts of the same screen. Oh god.
Very impressive.
Well done. Well done.
Cheers.
Lots of work put into that.
Well, not really. And now we get to the.
I'm trying to give you a compliment.
Thank you. You're so very nice. These are the explosions in the actual music. So these are sound effects that are in Mixcraft's library. And then, because they're like turned down really low, so you can actually hear, dialogue and shit. So I added extra explosions on top, and these are just explosion sounds from Space Quest 5. Oh, I missed one.
Oh yeah, I recognize those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Where were the shuttle sounds out of too?
The shuttle sounds, I think, are from Space Quest 6. Yeah, that's Rocket Shuttle in Space Quest 6.
Including the startup and the takeoff one?
Yes.
Mhm. That's from the cutscene, I think, when Roger takes off the shuttle for the first time in 6, I think.
And so is
I
this
might
one.
be misremembering where, but yeah, the engine.
Yeah, and that
when he's trying to jump start it.
But luckily, those sound effects are in the game as separate WAV files. So I just went in with SCI Companion and just exported them. So boom, boom. But yeah, that explosion. Brandon said that was from Doom, and you know what? I'm sure.
The one in the music is one of the ones in the music, not all of them.
Would that be the last one?
Nope.
Because it's all the same explosion sound effects. I kid you not.
I know you layered like 3.
Oh yeah.
Let me look.
Well, yeah, we can bring up the music thing as well, if we're like really bored. But before we do that, like I said, Dan Alvedon gave us 3 different takes on the Xenon official at the end, and I went with the silly one. So this is the one that he sent me.
Roger Wilco. On behalf of all Xenon, we thank you for saving your people from certain doom.
Cool, but we can also. Oh, hang on. I must have made a separate voice file for him. So I'll just pull in the original. Xenon official. Here we go. Yeah, I cut out bits. So this is the original file that he sent me.
Hiya, trolls. Okay, so this is Dan. Hello.
Hi, Dan.
I'm gonna give you a couple of
Hello,
repeats
Dan.
of this line, and hopefully one of these will work. Okay.
Hopefully.
Roger Wilco, on behalf of all Xenon, we thank you for saving your people from certain doom. Technology is safe inside the data cartridge. Now, a new star generator can be built and can carry out its original task. You're an all-around hero. Thank you, Roger Wilco, for cleaning up our galaxy.
That's one.
Okay, so there's one. I can give it more of like an old man sort of. Roger Wilco, on behalf of all Xenon, we thank you for saving your people from certain doom. The star generator technology is safe inside the data cartridge. Now a new star generator can be built and can carry out its original task. You're an all-around hero.
That's the one I went with.
Thank you, Roger Wilco, for cleaning up our galaxy.
It went all the way down there at the end. I love that.
Okay, and here's one more. Roger Wilco, on behalf of all Xenon, we thank you for saving your people from certain doom. The star generator technology is safe inside the data cartridge. Now a new star generator can be built and can carry out its original task. You're an all-around hero. Thank you, Roger Wilco, for cleaning up our galaxy.
Ooh, got a bit excited there at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you guys catch that?
Douchebag.
Excellent.
Now there's some behind the scenes moments right there.
Yeah.
He takes it back right
Tremendous.
after.
Let me also just say, when I said you douchebag, that was part of the line, and I was not referring
He has to explain he's talking about Roger and not.
Dan's a good guy.
There's some great behind the scenes moments for everyone watching. There you go. Enjoy that.
But we have the best for last. We'll take a look at the music in a minute, but the person with the best outtakes by far has to be also Monster as the navigation robot. My God, I even had to cut out some of them.
Did you leave in the one where I had a conversation with my mom?
Well, I have the full one right here, but I cut out the one where you shouted "I caffeinated for you" at me. The one where you sang the entire Space Quest theme. Let's do the caffeinated.
I wasn't even doing that on purpose.
No, you're just reading.
I didn't even notice I was doing it.
And it just goes
caffeine,
on.
wasn't it?
It goes on for a minute and a half or something.
I think that makes it worse that it was unintentional.
Okay, check this out. Oh, hang on. We must not mute you.
Bossy, 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 bossy. Bossy, bossy, bossy. I drank coffee before this, so I'm a little... I mean, I'm caffeinated for you. And this is what you asked for, and this is what you get.
You sure it was just coffee?
Oh, God. Oh, we need an outtake version so badly.
That was good. Oh, no, just wait until you hear this. This was... I
apologize
I laughed
ahead of time.
so hard. I woke up... my kid was asleep. I woke up my kid laughing so hard at this.
Oh, no!
Oh, God.
I picture her playing air guitar through this whole thing.
No, this is what Nav 11 was doing when she was flying the ship by herself. She was humming along to the radio.
This is her on the
This
way
should
back
have
to
been the
Xenon.
credits music. Just this silence and this.
You think she's done, but she's not.
Oh. The DVD version needs a post-credit scene of the ship just flying back to Xenon, and this is just in the background.
Yeah, that should be the DVD menu.
Oh,
God,
oh
that's
dear
so good.
Lord.
I was just trying to find my lines. That's all I was doing.
Oh, that was so good.
That's so great.
There's got to be other outtakes.
It was funny that some of the people are comparing you to Slippy Toad, though, and like the comments for the trailer.
I'm being called out. I felt called out by that. Called me out. Call me Slippy the Toad. God damn it.
No, it was endearing.
Slippy's important. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Slippy's the mechanical genius.
Exactly.
Look out, Fox!
I will take Slippy the Toad over Cedric the Owl any day of the week.
A barrel roll! He never says that, but...
No. And it's technically an aileron roll anyway.
I don't think I have any other outtakes,
All right.
actually.
I still get to say it.
I think that was it. We can have a quick look because Brandon's already in the music.
I just I posted a cropped version of that track of the explosions in the hidden Discord chat there.
Oh, but I can I'll just open the thing here and I'll screen share it.
Fine, do it your way then. I won't help you next time. I won't.
You know, all you people make me feel both old and then totally normal and boring at the same time. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well, very happy.
Very welcome.
Because then we can actually listen to the thing. Let's see. Original score, and that would be the Escapee Deltor thing.
Yes, that's the exact title.
That's the exact title. Escapee Deltor thing. Let's see. Hopefully...
So it's the one just called Explosion.
That's the one down here. Yeah, you've got... Yeah, okay, I've got a couple
Those are
of them.
Zabooms.
And then the last one
So
has
it's track 10, it looks like.
Track 9 and 10. So let's just Zolo. I just said that in a weird way. I'm just going to make sure it actually plays through the...
9 is Zaboom. I don't think that's the same one.
I'll be the judge of that.
Fine. Gosh.
Let's see. Are you guys hear any of this?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so that's the explosion sound that we went with in the actual music track. Now this one, the Zaboom, is the one that's the loudest.
There's... Yeah, there's a little. They sound similar, but not quite
No, they
the
were
same
both at the
thing.
same time before.
Yeah.
And then there's this explosion on top of it. That's just the
there it is.
That's totally Doom.
That's That's
Rocket
Doom.
launches
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Dude,
That's Doom.
For some reason, I completely forgot. I mean, that is totally obvious.
Yeah.
But
Oh
that-
yeah.
That is a sense that's built into Mixcraft.
And Doom just
Amazing.
killed Mixcraft.
Apparently, that is absolutely a Doom. Yeah.
because when we were doing the recording, and I'm like, wait, these sound familiar. Oh, those are the boom sounds from Doom.
And then right
Boom
at the
sounds
end,
from Doom.
the biggest explosion, of course, needed
Doom booms.
to ring out a
Yes.
lot. So I
The
actually
Doom.
added some thunder sound.
Boom, 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 boom.
That's a perfect reverberating sound.
That thing goes on forever. That thing reverberates so long.
I added reverb to it too.
Oh, you added more reverb. Cool. Because
Yes.
the thing you sent just sounds massive. Dude, I got to give a big shout out to you and John Paul and JBH. You guys did some excellent stuff to this. I mean, this is really just me bashing my head against the keyboard for like a couple of weeks. But you guys made it sound so fucking massive. So thank you guys so much for making it sound good.
Sure. But, as they say...
They didn't say anything.
Never mind.
No one says anything. Oh, and by the way,
You know what they say. Never mind.
Yeah. And by the way, extra special thanks has to go to you guys as well, because your patience is just phenomenal. Because every time I exported these tracks, like the individual tracks for you to mix, Mixcraft just shit the bed every time and would export.
It ruined the tracks. Yeah,
it would just ruin the tracks.
Ouch.
And Brandon would just like DM me and go, this synth, is it supposed to sound like a crying child? No, I'm just gonna go back and fix that. God.
No, but I should thank you for your patience too, because it took me forever to get my mixes in.
Oh,
Everyone
dude.
else was finished.
I would say it's been a success showing this, Trolls, because according to your announcements channel in your Discord, you got 6 new people that just joined right after the premiere.
Oh,
so
fantastic.
you've made some new fans.
But it doesn't
That
say
means
how many,
another movie premiere next week.
It doesn't say how many left after I started showing you around the Adobe Premiere file.
That, unfortunately, I don't know.
It also doesn't show when they leave the Discord.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I can't validate that.
But yeah. But there's nothing. I mean, there's nothing really interesting in the music files. I mean, I could show you around them, but the only thing that's interesting is the once a janitor, always a janitor thing, which is the end credits, which are actually which is the original Space Quest theme from the game, from the Apple II GS version. Did the version of the Aura Cry I sent you have me cracking up at the end? Yes, we played that. We played a lot of it. We couldn't get through the whole thing.
It was wonderful.
Yes, and it does have
That
that.
was a highlight.
But this whole bit is actually from the game itself. You see how lame it sounds without the mix? It's just. Anyway, that is from the actual game itself.
Yeah, the Apple IIgs actually had good audio.
Oh, dude!
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't the actual Apple II GS audio. That was the reorchestration I did. But yes, it did. It had a 16. What was it? A 16-bit and Sonic sound chip in it. It was just massive. And
it was wavetable. There's digital sounds and AGI games on the Apple II.
Auditorily speaking, the 2GS was basically the pinnacle swan song for a lot of AGI game audio.
Oh, dude, it was like the super deluxe version. I am so fascinated by the
tracks.
I'm sorry, but if it doesn't sound like the IBM PC internal speaker, it's just not right.
If it's not bleeping
I
and
love the
blooping,
blips and bloops. What can I say?
With the Tandy voice. So anyway, with the soundtrack, we just have to get this out of the way. Now, if you want the soundtrack, a free digital version of the soundtrack, we have it on my Bandcamp page here. You can just go to spacequesthistorian.bandcamp.com. There's the entire soundtrack. It even has the trailer music as a bonus track if you put it down. Name your price. It's anything you want, even $0 if you don't want to pay anything for it. And that's fine. And the cover art is by Ted Arfken. He did this wonderful painting of Roger on Corona, and he let us use it for free because.
Okay, that's awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Oh, you should see the full thing. So hang on, let me bring this up. SQ1 movie.
Oh, you gotta release full thing as a wallpaper, man.
Oh, that's up to him. That's up to him. He just let me use it for
That's true.
For the record. Now, of course, we want to put this thing on a vinyl, and we've got a vinyl project going on Curates. 31 have already pre-ordered, so thank you very much. We want to get all the way up to 200, then we can all have a lovely, lovely vinyl version of the soundtrack for just $22. And it will come on this lovely heavyweight transparent vinyl, and it will have some exclusive artwork. Now, have you guys ever seen the redrawn freighter from Space Quest 3 with Commander Keen in it? And there's
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen that?
There's a crossover mashup I never knew I wanted.
I wonder if I can find it. Space Quest 3 Keen. I wonder if I can just find
Billy
it.
wouldn't
Yeah,
last
there it
very
is.
long in the presence of Roger. Roger's not smart enough.
Oh my god.
He'd drive him crazy.
That's the one. That's the one. So
it's like higher res. And...
That it's drawn over the original art, but I mean you just basically redrew it. So anyway, I got in touch with the dude who did this, and asked him if he would do some artwork for back when I was just reorchestrating the before the whole movie thing. I was just reorchestrating the Apple IIgs soundtrack, and I said, "Do you want to do the cover art?" And he got back to me and said, "Yes. Which scenes would you like me to draw?" And at the time I thought, okay, we need a front and a back of the vinyl. So can you do the bar from Corona, and can you do the Del Tor at the end? And it took him a little while, but he actually came through. And let me see if I can find the ones that he did. Hang on, artwork. Here is the Del Tor. Bring it up over here. There you go.
Ooh, nice.
Let me zoom in.
Good, very good.
Yes.
I love the detailing on the engine siding.
Yes, over there. Sorry about the, what is it called, the moire effect, or that thing. It kind of. So he used a lot of really fine dithering. I've learned to pronounce that word, by the way. Used a lot of fine dithering, and so when you zoom out and it's not in the correct zoom, it kind of looks a little weird. But anyway, so that's the Del Tor, and then he did the Eulens Flats thing. There you go.
Wow.
So these reproductions of the classic iconic screens from the game will be on the inner sleeves of the vinyl. So you can, and if you want to like be weird about it, you could like take the inner sleeve out and cut it in two pieces and put it in one of those frames that fit like a vinyl record. And you can have 2 bits of lovely artwork on your wall. Not to mention the lovely painting that Ted Arfken did. Here's the other half of the painting. I can actually show you the full painting. That's this one. Now I kind of artificially extended it so it would fit across a side of vinyl. So the bit on the left here is not actually part of the original painting. Let's actually show you the actual. That's the actual painting. And it is
very cool. With that thing on his back, he kind of looks like a stormtrooper.
A little bit, yeah.
I don't know why I had this wild notion that like this could have been also like a movie poster type of thing, or like the UK aspect ratio where they do it like portrait landscape instead of portraits.
Yeah, you know what? We should do that.
Yeah.
We should actually do that because one of the things I did for the back of it is do one of those like I don't know what they're called, but those tall text or tall font kind of things that always are on movie posters. I've always wanted to do those, so I put that on the back of the vinyl. So I really hope that one gets made. So if you want a lovely transparent vinyl of the soundtrack that we did, that was expertly mixed by Brandon and John Paul Sapsford and JBH, you can go to bit.ly/SQ1 movie vinyl and pick it up. Let's see if anyone actually did. There was 31 when I started talking about this, and it's gonna be 31, still 31.
But hopefully it auto refreshes.
But there's still 29 days left, so hopefully, I mean, we will start annoying people on Twitter and other places about this very, very soon.
And if it's anything like the last few times, probably with less than a week to go, it'll cross the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
By a wide margin.
This is not our first vinyl rodeo, believe me. I could actually show you all the other rodeos that I've got. I've got them right over here on my shelf. But this is the one that we're really keen on getting out. And if anyone wants to know, yes, we are gonna do King's Chill Volume 2. We're just waiting for Brandon, really. No, I'm sorry.
Always waiting for me.
Dude. No, it's just because the fucking the tunes you did, the examples you did for the King's Chill 2. You're gonna do the Forest from King's Quest 5 and Mordak's Maze from King's Quest 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna amalgamate those two together. I did those years ago, man. Like way back when I was experimenting with Fruity Loops before it was called FL Studio. I just took 2 tracks from King's Quest 5 and threw them in there, and they're like 10 seconds long each.
Oh, they did. They sounded so good.
I posted them in the Discord, and you're like, "Hey, it's pretty good." And it kind of kicked off the whole album idea.
Exactly, the whole collaboration album happened because you showed those two, and
so
ironically,
I've got to finish them.
Ironically, they're not on the first King's Chill album.
No.
But they were the impetus to start this off with. And for King's Chill 2, we also have New Blood in. There's a guy who's doing King's Quest 5 he's doing reorchestrations, or is he just replaying? He's actually playing them, right? He's not just doing what I'm doing, taking the media. Anyway, shit, I forget what I didn't plan on
Magic
this.
Map.
Magic
something
Map.
or other?
Magic Map.
Magic Map Eric.
This is I don't know what his website is.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
Yeah, and it stirs in his pants. Anyway, he's doing King's Quest 5.
No, that's after he chooses the island. Then it's Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Oh yeah, he does. And then he teleports.
Hello.
But yeah,
or is it tugging? Is it pulling or tugging? I don't remember.
Oh, it is a pulling.
I'm pretty sure it's pulling.
Yeah, it's a pulling. Yeah.
Pulling, I believe.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's pulling sensation.
I know it's pulling because we mirrored that in King's Quest 3 Redux. We had the narrator say the same thing.
Right.
Oh yeah. Okay, so the last thing I'll point out is that we are doing the Space Quest Olympics on Wednesday in celebration of Scott Murphy's birthday. And if you want to be a contestant for that, we really want to hear from you. If you are free on Wednesday at 7 p.m. CEST, that's European time, Danish time. These are the other times in the world. If you're free for that, please join us. We're doing things a little differently. We're doing Speedrunner's Delight this year, which means that we will not be doing just single events. We will be doing chunks of each game, and who gets there the fastest wins. And the different events are, in Space Quest 1, it's from the crashed escape pod to Corona, and then ends when you get to the hologram, so you have to go through the whole underground thing and the acid drops and shit like that. Space Quest 2 is after you get off of Vohal's asteroids, and once you get to actual Vohal's chambers, that's where it ends, and all this stuff. You can read all about this, spacequesthistorian.com/SQ Olympics 2021. Even if you're not a speedrunner, even if you're terrible at these games, we still want to hear from you, because it's all about good fun, good times, and celebrating our good friend Scott Murphy. Because it's his birthday.
Speaking of which, did you get my message I sent last night about that?
Yes, I did, and I look very much forward to the thing.
Ooh, secrets.
Oh yeah, secrets. Oh, such secrets.
I will unfortunately be in the middle of work for home for at least another 3 hours when this takes place, but I got a friend going in my stead, and I will try and drop in later.
Yeah.
If it's still going after 3 hours, which it might be.
Well,
I'll be working too.
Yeah.
I'll be working, but I'm going to be watching on my phone as much as I can.
I'll try to watch too if I can.
Oh, yes. So anyway, we are taking participants. If you want to be a participant, just ping me on Twitter or join the Discord and anything you want. Just spacequesthistorian.com/SQ Olympics 2021. And with that, I am absolutely busting for a piss.
Someone else needs to find the high ground.
If
It's not just jabbers.
It's not just jabbers. No, jabbers found a fire hydrant and fell in love. But I really need to go and do some business. So if it's all the same to you, I think we're just gonna end it right here. I'll be chopping this up and I'll put the commentary on YouTube and the movie's out. And thank you so much for your participation. It was a stupid
Before you
idea,
go,
but you
before
guys
you go, trolls, you have to suffer through it at least once. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the director, the Space Quest historian.
Yes.
Yeah! Woo!
Honor where it's due.
My suffering is endless.
Ow!
Thank you guys so much. It was a silly idea and it came out all backwards and you guys were fucking troopers and it just came out. I think it came out pretty good actually. I'm a little surprised.
Yeah, it was so fun.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Oh yes, we are doing Space Quest 2. I'm halfway through writing the script.
Oh, yeah.
Sam Lawson is doing the script with me, and this time we're doing it right. So we've of course the navigation droid. We had to bring her back because fucking LP. my God.
Surprise.
Oh, and a bunch of other interesting little stuff. So we're doing Space Quest 2 the right way around. More original music, more voices, and more editing tricks and all that shit. And I hope to see you for that sometime in the next decade or whenever we get finished with it. Sorry?
I'll look forward to more time in the closet under the stairs.
Yes. I think we actually
all
need
do.
to. Oh, dude, I have the perfect part for you. And we're actually gonna write in your little cubby hole under the stairs in the dialogue. Oh, dude, you just said yeah, definitely. Oh, I know exactly. Oh, I know exactly who. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go write the script on the toilet now. So
perfect place for it.
Tremendous.
Cheers, everyone. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for everyone for joining the stream. Sorry about all the technical shit we had starting up the stream, but I'm glad that at least 34 people are still hanging around. Thanks to all the people who donated during the stream. Jeez, you didn't have to, but thank you so much. And with that, me and my bladder would just like to say thank you, and I'll see you around the Chrono stream. Bye.
Bye.